touch. That's that king. I step up in the ring, wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. Spotlight hits, think you handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. Star of the show. Show me what you got, I can spot some talent. You still got squash and you fought so valiant. If I come for some blood, gonna cop a gallon. I came from the mud, I just got some balance. Now, who's gonna bring it the most? And who's gonna coast? Who'll get bread and get toasted? Who's getting smoke like a note? And who's gonna ghost? Who'll try rigging the votes? Second roll, smoking, got the flow, can hold the notion. Not opposed to know the notion, I oppose you, roasted, host. Should always post it with no focus, go through motions, and it's hopeless. If you boasting, then I'm roasting, coast to coast, to people voting. Not for you, y'all see steam when I step up from the booth. 6 feet deep, get my beats from a tomb. And a 6 clean sweep, now a screen, she's a brooms. If you spit means beef, then I'm eat it. I'll step up to the plate if you're ready to ball. A couple vets meet the greats, but so many will fall. When your reps on the line could be ending the call. No, y'all keep the rings, I want heads on my wall. There's plaques full of rappers and singers alike. This ain't about clout, it's what you bring to the mic. You can spit it, flow it, sing it, or just wing it and fight. Who is Disney put you singers on ice? Think you the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the touch. That's that king. I step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. Spotlight hits, you can handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. Star of the show. You're the true, the one. The poet whose soul can move the sun. Let's the weapon, no use for guns. Just throw it in the queue, you're done. Rated, most want players get glazed, claim hatred. Folks be amazed, they ain't paid and ain't made it. Stole the picture out the frame, copy paste, claim they painted. Who's the best in the basement? That's rated, no fame. In the moat with these basement raps, yet I still rock the boat like my wave was cracked. Go gloat, they a goat, only made a track. Most don't want the smoke, you'll get laid to ash. Dust them, cut from the percussion, lips split from the kick, face chopped like a mutton. Smoke crops and I'm buzzing. The truth is just ducking. This deuces be bluffing out my way before it's something like it's nothing. White collar rhymer, every sesh profesh. X knows no less, best invest in checks. Fresh to death, yes, to the nines I'm dressed. Quick flip from the 6, never mind my stress. Shh, the show is starting. Sun's gone down and the ocean's parted. You want one round, then you hope departed. When they bump my sound, gonna go, you think you're the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the touch. That's that king. Can't step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. When the spotlight hits, think you handle the glow. Who's just beginning? Who's already pro? Ain't just in it, I'm a star of the show. You think you're the what? Better square up. Show those folks who oppose you the touch. That's that king. I step up in the ring. Wow with the raps. In fact, you can sing, but no matter how you flow, go for the throat. When the spotlight hits.
Yo. Shout out to X-Raider for the lovely intro, star of the show.
That's so nice of him to make a song about me. I was just blown away. That was very nice.
The dedication to D-Bird Mania continues.
God, our fans are so great.
We?
My fans are so great.
Oh, okay. That sounds a little bit more like. But yeah. Shout out X-Raider. Appreciate that. We will see what other intro songs that we collect along the way of the Square Up League. But basically, whenever there's a bye week, whoever is left over, your duty is to make us an intro. And then at the end of the league, we will vote on whatever the best intro was for the league. And that will be our new intro song for the foreseeable future, maybe a few months. We'll see how it goes. But you will get some quality airtime every time we go live and every time somebody watches back our video. Ta-da, bitches.
What a fucking gem that is. And forever and ever and ever, the May 14th episode of Somewhat Honest Subs will be dominated by X-Raider.
There we go. Yeah, so middle of the month, we're getting there, creeping our way through. It's almost summertime, but it feels like summertime. NBA playoffs are booming. Baseball, I guess, is happening, and football should be happening soon, is what I hear. It's my understanding.
I'm really holding it down for the Toledo Tornadoes.
Okay.
I think that they're going to take it all the way this year for the basketball championships.
Basketball?
Yeah. The very popular game that everyone's watching right now, championship season.
What is basketball?
So that's where you take a brass ball and you just throw it against your opponent's groin as hard as you can.
Okay.
If they collapse in pain, then they're out. If they pick it up and throw it right back at you, direct hit, that's a point.
So it's basically like a game of chicken with your scrotum.
Yeah. And the balls are shaped as scrotums too. The balls are shaped as balls.
But of course, they gotta be. Yeah, it's gotta be, representative of what you're actually doing. So that makes perfect sense.
Checks out. Yeah.
All right. Tonight is sub night. We're listening to subscribers. Shout out to those who are subscribed on Twitch, members on YouTube, and subscribed on the Discord. We're going to listen to some musics from those folks, those good ladies and gentlemen, and other people who identify as something not one of those two. And we're going to give it ratings 1 through 10. And then we will give it some thoughts, some questions, some comments, some concerns, some excitement, some sadness, whatever we're feeling at the moment after the sound waves cease to be playing. And then we will carry on throughout the show. If at any point you are in the queue and you would like to skip the line, you can do so by tipping or gifting a sub. Since it is sub night, you just gift another sub to somebody else, some other poor schmuck in our community. Or if you are a poor schmuck in our community and you're like, I can't wait till Sunday, you can subscribe as well, or gift a sub or tip. So choice is yours. Many options. So many options. Like Donald Trump says. So many options.
So much.
But yeah, we'll do that. Not too much in the queue tonight, but also if we finish up in a timely manner, I planned on giving some shouts out to some of my favorite tracks from round 1 of the Square Up League, which is voting for round 1 is coming to its conclusion. About 48 more hours left. So I would say if you know some people on the Discord who haven't voted and are not hostile towards voting, encourage them to vote, because points matter at the end of the season. So, get out there and petition for yourselves. I'm not saying ask people to vote for you, but tell people to vote in general.
I'll say it. Vote for me. If you don't plan on voting for me, then fuck off. Stay at home. Sleep in. Yeah. Wait next week.
Or you can do that and not vote. Fuck off and sleep in.
Yeah.
We're not very particular around here. All right. Throw each mix into the queue. God, I don't know that we want to go through that level of hell. I mean, I think that's purely up to D Bird if he wants to listen to the same song 4 times in a row with just slightly different mixes.
Absolutely fucking not. But I do think X-Raider has a point. We have to have some way of allowing a winner for the mix-off. I don't think it's me listening 4 times in a row.
I'll put a poll in that little battle channel and people can vote on it. But I considered it kind of a little dick swinging contest amongst themselves. But if they want to really formalize it, yeah, we can make a poll and like etch it in stone or something. I did ask them, hey, you guys want to have a little engineer tournament? And they seemed in favor of that. So let me see if I can find some stuff that would be engineered. And maybe we have that little sidebar tournament in addition to the Square Up. I don't know, D-Bird, would you listen and vote on that?
I haven't even voted for the regular battles, so I would try to do my best to maybe sort of kind of vote on everything.
Well, look at it this way. You would only have to listen to a song twice, not 4 or 5 times, like whatever they're doing here. Maybe. Noir, thank you for the sub.
Shit. Thanks, Noir.
Yeah, producer tournament. My thought is at least get halfway through the Square Up and then we start the producer tournament.
There she is.
What's up?
What's up, Nikki?
Yeah.
Cool.
Can you
What's
hear
up?
us?
Yeah.
How are you doing?
What's going on? I'm good. How are you?
We're just talking. talking to the people.
Talking to the people.
But yeah, X-Rated, Noir, all you producers out there, producer tournament coming this summer. It's in the works, so to speak, or something like that. Whatever. It'll happen. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's get rocking and rolling. Who we got first? Kenny. Kenny made a banger. The 2024 producer of the year. He's back with Vroom 2.
You really gonna play Noir's competition after he just subbed? Is like, thanks for the sub, Noir. Here's your arch nemesis.
He's in there. People will remember what happens more recently than the one that happens first, so I'll give him recency bias.
Fair.
Plus, I think he's got 2. Yeah, he's got 2 in there, and Kenny's got 2. So it'll be a back and forth as usual.
Always is.
All right, so let's start with Kenny.
Go shopping for some beats.
Let's see what we're gonna spend our coins on this year, Bird. All right. That was Kenny made a banger with Vroom. Starting out the show with some production. This is different. This is a different lane that I think for Kenny. A little bit more reserved and more on the melodic side, but I'm not mad at it. The drums still do the little Kenny drum things where they bang pretty hard and nice. I think this is probably one of those things that I would have to have a second and third listen to. It doesn't necessarily jump out to me, but I think there's people that would listen to this and they would do their little melodic sing-songy raps over it and enjoy it. So I think it's still quality. I give it a 8.5.
Hey, you with your sing-songy raps. Get over here. We got a beat for you. I think that I'm with Ray on this, where it feels a little bit stockish, and I think it's a 2-note melody for me on the bass. I think that the bass also, it's a little bit too squished, almost where the vibratory, where the vibration is just like, it's overpowering the other parts of the instruments and the other things in it. So then all you hear is this 2-note melody going back and forth. You need just a little bit of a change up in the pattern, maybe kind of blend in the rumbleness of the bass with a little bit more of the song, because I did like the originally in the other instruments, but I think that was such a prominent thing. If you're going to have it that prominent, then it needs to be a little bit get in line, not so much attention grabbing, I guess. But I still liked it. I thought that it was still a nice, different, dynamic sound. I would give this a 7.
Yeah, I'm with Nikki. I think it was well put together. I think the thumps were thumping, but ultimately, like, it just did feel a little plain to me. And I didn't love the weird techno, Men in Black bugs scuttling around my brain as I listened to the beat. So I'll give it a 7 too. It's not a bad beat, but it's not my favorite.
No, not a bad. Yeah, it was just so much the same.
So why don't you guys just say how much you hate Kenny, if that's how you'll feel?
I never said that.
I hate Kenny zero amounts.
Clearly what I heard in both of your reviews.
I hate Kenny 0. I think you just want to glaze Kenny so you can get some free album beats when he does produce.
Kenny would never give a beat away for free.
A lesson can be learned here, producers.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I give Nora high lately. Maybe Kenny's getting my lower end of it lately.
Well, see, this is why
I switch up?
This is why I started out with Kenny, because now I can play Noir, and maybe he has a better beat than Kenny, and he'll just look so amazing and awesome on the show. Because Kenny's not even in the chat yet to defend himself, so now Noir can just come out.
Kenny, we love you though. You know that. You're the only rutabaga in my heart.
Kenny Rutabaga. I forgot about that. Bring him back.
Can you go back to forgetting about it? Please.
Kenneth
Men in Black.
Rutabaga.
All right, next up, Noir. For what it's worth. I believe this is another joint from that project. Yeah, track 2 off of his upcoming mixtape with Nai Lu. This is called For What It's Worth.
I come from a city where the devil is at your door. Police initiating the violence, who wanted more? Bodegas always strapped, they es la familia sufriendo. So guerrilleros, they trying to prevent a war. The war against each other is something we never saw. A boulevard is safer than avenues, there's a flaw. Your head is on a swivel, could never discover peace. On $7.50 a week, there's 5 living congested in half a bedroom, I mean. It's called the struggle, pussy. If you ain't live under a train, you don't know it, pussy. I'm talking children and their mamas enveloped in all their drama. Chasing a fucking dollar, escaping Guadalajara. It's the truth. What's it to you? If you don't know about that torturous reign while you've been slaving away, they crying, look at these people taking our jobs in our face while they want minimum wage for flipping burgers. I'm saying, it's called the struggle, pussy. It's called the struggle, pussy. Yeah, it's called the struggle, pussy.
Struggle, pussy. That's what happens when you get back in the saddle after a bad breakup. Struggle, pussy.
Shout out Struggle Pussy.
Yeah,
It's gonna be the name of my
10
next
out of
album.
10, how they copping it. I don't sell work, I acknowledge it. Years I've been plotting with what they want, what's the moves, how they thinking they can handle what I do. Seen the people that I started with, they all lost, or they switching up their language, shit better off. When I said I'm really different, that was real talk. Now they press, they ain't holding what I weigh. Running out of pages, I got stories to my name. I've been losing sleep, trying to make it through the day. Quiet, I've been working, wasn't really MIA. Slugging 4,000, that's Alonzo against the Braves. Guess I want it all. Want the accolades for days. $1 billion buried in my grave. Linking all my assets to my mama getting paid. 500,000 fans knowing every word I say. Guess I'm vain when I wanna be. You should take the hint, give a fuck about diplomacy. All y'all wanna smoke, see that's rat terminology. I supply the fumes that'll kill your colony. Hey, so what they want? What's the moves? How they thinking they can handle what I do? Line them up, that'll do. It's amazing when I get into the booth, how they push you out the room while I spit a 16. When you close to 32, you'll get half of what I mean. This a fade, just don't push me to the edge. Running out of time, got you kicked off of this ledge. When it come to money, I invested in my music. I'm expecting double, even triple through my music. I've been praying daily, saying Jesus, they'll confuse it. Leave it up to God, know my family could use it. cause I'm saved how I wanna be. Let me be the first to prepare all the wannabes. Sharpen up your pen, cause I'm here how I wanna be. It's gonna be the work that'll frame what I'm gonna be. Hey, so what they want? What's the moves? How they thinking they can handle what I do? So what they want? What's the moves? How they thinking they can handle what I do?
All right. That was For What It's Worth by Nylu with production by Noir.
That sounds like Dick when he says that. That's
Like
what they
what?
said in the hook. Now they dicking what they want to do. I'm like, what?
I mean,
It sounds like Dick.
can go along with some struggle pussy.
Yes, but yeah, the plosives on
Struggle
pussy.
mixes,
Holy
struggle
fuck!
pussy.
You don't need to make it that wet in your mouth when you're plosiving all over the word pussy. The plosives were really harsh for me throughout it. I think that the mix on this, it was quiet. I did have to turn it up, and then it was like I could hear every mouth noise every time he spit on the mic. I'm like, ooh. But I definitely think that the mix needs to, have the high end brought down, something to help remove that kind of stuff, go through and even I'm not sure if this is your mix. Does Noir mix?
No.
Okay. But I did like the beat. The beginning confused me that it changed beat. Like I was like, that was a little bit long for it to do that. But I did like the piano in the beginning. But then once it came in, like I thought it was nice. I thought it dropped really good. I think that it goes pretty good after that. I would definitely, I don't know, try to rope that in a little bit better. It seemed like it was a little out of place at the beginning, but I was also just a little bit confused. But overall, I liked the beat. The beat, I'm gonna give an 8 minus the weird stuff at the beginning fully. The artist on the beat, I'm gonna give. They're good. They had a good flow and good pattern and everything. I guess I'll just give this an 8 overall. I thought that it was good. I think that the mix really needs to be helped here. But yeah, I thought that it was a good production overall, except for maybe just kind of rope everything in a little bit better to make it make sense.
What do you think, Dice?
I guess the split of tracks kind of threw me off at first. I was gonna say, is this song, should it be called Struggle Pussy and not For What It's Worth? But then the song switched up, so that helped a little bit. I did like the second song more so than the intro part. I thought the production was solid. The only real critique that I had on the mix was, I don't know whether he has a slight lisp or maybe the de-esser was a little bit too strong in some parts where it sounded like a lisp. But other than that, I thought it was solid. He has great energy, great presence, and he used the beat to his advantage quite a bit. So I think it's a good combination. So curious to see what the full project will sound like. I would give this an 8.
Well, we're all at 8s then. My first take was I don't mind the switch up of the beat. It kind of did feel like an interlude, right? Because there's not really a chorus per se, and that was kind of my I don't want to call it an issue. It's just something that I noticed of like, as far as the song structure goes, it was very alternative. I could see why Nash was saying in the chat that it reminds him of Locksmith or one of the TDE guys, because they can just rap like 87 bars and then just call it a day, and then just kind of like walk off into the sunset, where it's like, as a sit down track, it's 3 minutes and 32 seconds. It felt like a little long to not have as much structure as it does. At the same time, like the beats, the guy, his style is very polished, and I like some of the bars he had in there. There was interesting things that he said throughout. One of the things was like, I don't sell work, I acknowledge it, or something. I was like, yeah, it's good. So 8 for me, just kind of lacking the song structure and just a small bit in the mix.
Word. Well, Charmingda said, "This is heat, bro. So take that for what it's worth." Ha ha ha. Pun intended.
He didn't give a number value though. Maybe Maybe that's what we ask for in the chats and in the feedback. It's like, yeah, nice comment, but how many? Out of how many ones on top of each other?
8 ones. Next up, Catalyst, placeholder.
Hell yeah.
The hell is this?
Love that.
Literally a placeholder still. What does this information say?
Nothing. This is 11 seconds. This is a video.
There's
what is
2
this?
messages.
Good evening. I'm David Susskind. Several years ago, we had a guest on this show who was a killer for the mafia.
Okay.
His name was...
Yeah. I guess that's the intro for this.
Strong start. 10 of 10 start.
Yeah.
Good evening. I'm David Susskind. Several years ago, we had a guest on this show who was a killer for the mafia. His name was...
Yeah, my name is Catalyst. When I grab up on the mic, I don't drop it, I blow it up. I bring the pain but never rush. Teach these lames a fucking hush. Always talking all that shit, but you can never back it up. You say you're modern day McConaughey, but I'm the one that's interstellar. I'm blowing dust up in your face while you pray for better weather. Know you thinking that you clever, but you'll never find the way. Reaching endlessly, Helen Keller. And yeah, I keep the fucking Mac up on me. But times like this, I don't even need to pull it out. You rapped about a girl going ass mouth. Don't you think it's kinda ironic, all that shit is spewing out your spout? You preach originality, but stole your whole flow from Earl. Damn. Shit just don't make any fucking sense. Not at all. When you get up on the mic, you think you're Tyson, but you're just a fucking chicken that needs a side dish of ricin'. And it's fuck Mike Tyson.
And it's fuck you, Peter.
And it's fuck Mike Tyson.
Okay. Guess that's an ass shot of Mike Tyson there, but also a diss track to Mike Tyson on the Discord server.
Iron Mike Tyson, aka
Modern day McConaughey. Yeah.
Shout out, Dove. Thank you for the tip. We will get you in.
And hi, I didn't even say hi.
As far as Catalyst goes, this was dope. I loved the production on this. I will say, like, when the static came in, that was a little jarring. Like, it just was a little too loud in the mix. I'd love for you to turn that the fuck down. But also, this is kind of a fuck around, like, I'm just gonna diss him track. So I don't imagine you going back to revisit. But that part did suck. I think you had some good bars in there. Chicken, give him some ricin'. Yeah, nice little jab. I forget why you guys were even arguing, but it just kind of makes sense that two of the most aggressive typers in the chats go head to head. So shout out. I'm gonna give this 8.5.
Oh, and then he dips. Thanks. Yeah, I was, but my hair's all crazy, so, but I appreciate it. I thought that this is good overall. I think that you have a good flow. You can, feel your emotion. Wow. It feels like your true voice, not like you're trying to like put on a front, but you did come in, like super big, and I liked it obviously in a diss track. Kind of definitely feels like you're puffing your chest. I think that the mix overall could be a little bit lower too. It might have been the beginning like Deaver was talking about, but overall I think that, you mix your vocal pretty well too. The only thing that I would want different is maybe a little bit more variation in like your actual pattern. But as a diss track, I think this is good. It did its job. I think that you had, good wordplay in it too. I'm at an 8.
Thought this was okay. I guess a little short, somewhat entertaining. I think it did what you wanted it to do. Throw some shots out there in the air and see how well they land and resonate with folks. There are times, listening to your tracks where I feel like your flow is a little bit too laid back to where you kind of slightly get off the beat somewhat. It's like in a millisecond. It's not like super egregious, but it's noticeable to me. So I would say, you know, just you have a good presence, you have a strong voice, but I'd say you can polish it up a little bit as far as your delivery, and maybe you don't always have to be too laid back. For me, I'd just give this a 7.5. Like, it's a good track, but it's not something that I would just wake up and revisit unless somebody, you know, brought it up and said, oh, remember when so-and-so dissed Modern Day McConaughey? And then I'd be like, oh yeah, that track. But it's not something that I'll wake up and be like, oh yeah, let me turn on Kill Shot because that was a good track. Stuff like that. So 7.5.
Do you re-listen to diss tracks?
Oh yeah, I listen to the Eminem Mariah Carey diss track quite frequently.
Wow. Do you
Honestly,
just, like, have a lot of
Carey had a
anger
better
inside of
diss
you?
track.
Do I have a lot of anger inside of me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you listen to compliment battles?
To who?
Compliment battles?
No. God, no.
Probably be a happy person if you did.
No. I'd probably curse at people if I listened to compliment battles. All right. Where is this Dove track? Here.
Can't imagine just listening to diss tracks, like just so much aggression.
What's wrong with diss tracks?
I'm just, you know, that's a lot.
I'm not saying I have a lot of them in my listening list, but I definitely like play Hit 'Em Up every now and then, and a lot of other diss songs. Compliment tracks are only in like battles, and I don't listen to battles.
Do they just get you hyped?
No, they don't get me hyped. They just make me smile.
All right.
Like, who opens a song with "That's why I fucked your bitch"? Tupac.
Pretty good one.
Great opening.
I mean, I'm sure he was wondering, like, why did you fuck my bitch? Now he knows.
Yeah, it's like you set the audience up for what you're about to explain to him. It's like, here's why I did what I said in the intro. Yeah.
Well,
And that's probably why Catalyst had a little intro in his too. He's like, here's why I put that intro there. Peter.
Real killer.
Yeah. Is
right.
calling somebody by their government name a low blow? Is that really a blow?
No, I think he was going for like the 8 Mile, like his real name's Clarence. Because like Peter does sound kind of like, all right, can you really be mad at me if your name's Peter?
Clarence.
How tough can you be, Peter? I think that's, yeah, I think it's kind of just like posturing on the name. Like, how tough can Peter be?
To be fair, David is way less tough of a name than Peter is, even. So I think David's pretty low on the tough meter.
Chat, you get a threat via email or on your favorite social media platform, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and you look at the closing and it's dash Peter or it's dash David. Which one are you most afraid of?
Probably David, honestly.
David's can be
David
tricky.
and Goliath.
Trickies. There was a company I worked
Peter.
for where a guy got really upset and sent an email to the like main like just generic email dump for the company, and he signed it. He signed off, "Fuck you forever, Steve." Yeah. And the funny part about it was like he wasn't like a customer. He wasn't mad about like the software. He was mad because he was a puppeteer and we stole the domain that he wanted to use for his own website. Yeah. Fuck you forever, Steve.
Well,
love that.
I'm sure Steve really meant when he said that you don't just sit on a domain for no reason. So Steve had some big plans that you guys
Dice
ruined.
knows all about domains.
Yeah. Steve was probably pissed off. That's all I'm gonna say about that. It's more than just a fuck you, it was a fuck you forever.
I mean, have you ever sent a corporation an email to their generic link dump? Like, hey Target, fuck you forever. Like you have to be next level upset, you know what I mean?
I might have done that with Sprint.
Sprint? What happened with
Maybe.
Sprint?
Oh my god.
Allegedly.
It's terrible. It's like 12 years of shit.
It took you 12 years to finally email them your aggression?
It was when I finally shut off all my lines.
Listen, if I have beef with you for more than 2 years, you're getting an email. 12 years? You're getting
I've
a
been
visit.
with Verizon since, and oh my god, there's fucking ass. Their
12
service
years?
is better though. But
12 years, you get
a
an in-person visit. I'm going up to the corporate office and I'm letting Brenda at the front desk have it. And then on my way out, I'm taking that candy jar and I'm just chucking that shit into the wall.
Smash,
no candy,
absolutely.
no candies for anybody. Fuck that.
Fuck you, Brenda. Fuck you forever.
Brenda has to bear the weight of all of her company's faults for that one moment of my anger.
I bet she'd be frightened, but the second you leave the door, she's like, "Huh, I have a story to tell." You know?
Yeah, absolutely. You just made Brenda's next 5 years, like anytime she meets somebody, oh, let me tell you about this guy that came in, cussed me out, cussed the company out, and on his way out threw the candy bowl at the wall. It was crazy.
You guys have seen me get pissed at dinner too, so.
Oh. Yeah.
Just. Yeah.
All right. Next up, we got The Fallen Dove with a tip. This is called Moving in Smoke. What kind of candy? It's usually trash candy. It's good candy. I'm just, taking it with me.
I feel like the best is like the little mini Snickers or mini chocolate bars. The worst are like Werther's or Peppermints. Get the fuck
I
out of
fucking
here,
love
Peppermints.
Werther's.
You would.
I just wanna let go this past, got a choke cold. Sorry for this pain I hold, this deep love I never told. I see my sleep, my dreams in the corner of my eye, real my peace, scared of falling, but I take my leave. Overthinking shit I would believe. My class is a pain, moving in smoke, cause they hate. Mask off and I know you're faking, pouring a soda while I'm baking. Tore my life apart, it's quaking, wrist cut like my heart, I'm shaking. Red eyes for a dove, awaken, red eyes for evil in the making. My class is a pain, moving in smoke, cause they hate. Mask off and I know you're faking, pouring a soda while I'm baking. Tore my life apart, it's quaking, wrist cut like my heart, I'm shaking. Red eyes for a dove, awaken, red eyes for evil in the making. My bit pull up to the spot, then I saw you there with that walk. Jaw drop, I couldn't talk, cause I didn't know you in the slot. How the seasons change, like cold and hot, but I'm alone. Feelings acting strange, and no glance, I feel like home. I keep losing my grip, sipping to avoid the time. Awesome old rich, I'm a flip. Make fun of my mental, but give it a try. I keep falling, but I wanna fly. Breeze on my face to kiss the sky. Freedom my town's to be high. On the land, I pay for life. Sun on my bowl, start a fire in a wormhole. I'm just high, slipping through peace, cause I'm tired. Reaper on me like death for hire. Left with no more options, might go back to popping. I've been stuck in PC, buying flopping. I'm a dove, but I'm following. My class is a pain, moving in smoke, cause they hate. Mask off and I know you're faking, pouring a soda while I'm baking. Tore my life apart, it's quaking, wrist cut like my heart, I'm shaking. Red eyes for a dove, awaken, red eyes for evil in the making. My class is a pain, moving in smoke, cause they hate. Mask off and I know you're faking, pouring a soda while I'm baking. Tore my life apart, it's quaking, wrist cut like my heart, I'm shaking. Red eyes for a dove, awaken, red eyes for evil in the making.
Right, that was Moving in Smoke by The Fallen Dove. I like that there's no tuning effects on it, so it just sounds like your natural self. I don't like how your background vocals are slightly off and in a different tone, because it just sounds like, I know Tupac is famous for having like sloppy ad-libs, so to speak, where they don't necessarily line up, but the way that he performs it, it makes it sound like an intentional thing. But to have it like all the way from start to finish of the track, it just feels like you have a second layer that's just always a millisecond off, and it's distracting to listening to what you're saying, because you keep doing that high layer, that main layer of like the kind of sing-songy whisperer, but then your lower layer is actually like you saying it in your normal voice, which we keep asking, like, why don't you just do your songs in your normal voice? So I think that's completely distracting. The other stuff is just stuff that we mentioned before, is just like being better at wording, like changing words to make sure that the lines don't feel rushed or feel like missing too many words where you have to kind of hang on to things. But all in all, it's a step in the right direction. I'd still say like work in progress. And I think you said you made the beat as well. It was okay. I think the melodies felt kind of basic, but I think the drums and the arrangement were fine. I'd give this a 5.
Yeah, it's tough because it's like you see some improvement in some areas and some areas stay the same or got worse, right? I think the beat, I agree with Dice. I think the drums were fine. There was, some melodies to it, but also like the piano parts of it, or the main leads, just kind of felt a little basic, maybe random, even some might say. The lyrics, the timing was just a little bit off, and like again, the double layers, even like triple, quadruple, like when you have so many layers on there, like they're supposed to complement, and it did nothing but kind of distract when you did have multiple layers going at the same time. But I will say I do like the sound of your natural voice. Now it's just a matter of, much better than the auto-tune bullshit. Now it's just a matter of figuring out the timing and being able to kind of deliver those lines confidently with the timing allotted on the BPM. I'd give this one a 3.
I think that your vocal has got better, your delivery has got better. Like overall, if I'm looking at the falling of the dove, I do think that you have improved exponentially compared to where you were. Some of your, obviously you need to tighten up in some spots. You feel a little bit rushed in some of them, but your lyrics, I mean, they're a little bit more cohesive, but they're actually hitting on certain parts, which is a lot better than how they used to be. You used to do like full run-on sentences, but you've definitely shortened that up. It fits a little bit better, and it makes your flow better, and it does actually have layers instead of so much tune, and I feel like you can actually hear your natural voice. But I definitely do agree you need to line your libs up because it can be hella distracting. And now that you're getting your flow a little bit more down, start using a little bit more emotion in them, and don't make it so, monotone, because there's definitely certain parts where it just felt like you were like a robot, saying something, into a microphone. So definitely once you get there, start working on that a little bit better, and I feel like this is a lot better than what you have done in the past, and I think that that's great. And it's been a minute since we've seen you, so definitely keep going and keep tightening everything up all around. I'm at a 5.5 for this. I didn't hate it completely. I think that it's on the higher end of what you've done, and I'm glad that we're hearing kind of more of you, not something you're trying to push out, but definitely a little bit more to go.
I don't know if there was a line about sitting on his balls.
There was. Yeah.
Okay. That's fair. Catalyst, welcome to the show. We had just got done listening to yours. I think I know what the issue was. Apparently, Discord doesn't take daylight savings time into consideration for their events. So it was showing an hour late for some reason. But I fixed that. I'll fix that going forward. But welcome.
We daylight savings time for a minute though.
Yeah, I noticed it earlier when somebody was asking what time does the show start, and then they shared the event and it said 7:30 instead of 6:30, and I thought that's odd.
Maybe it shows it in Eastern time.
That's what I was hoping, but it didn't.
I guess the only safe way is to follow, and subscribe. Then you'll know every time it goes live. And not just when we say it's going to go live, when we're actually live, usually about 30 to 45 minutes after when we're supposed to.
Yeah, sorry.
Not your fault.
I take full responsibility for it most times.
All right, we got a tip from Noir, so we'll get into
I'm
that
consistently
next.
late.
After that, we got a track from Dez. Here is Runner.
Mama was a runner.
Hey, shout out to Catalyst. Thanks for the sub.
Shut the fuck out. Shut the fuck out.
I think we got it. Maybe. Sort of. Possibly. Okay, Bird says yes. All right, that was Noir with Runner, 139 BPM. I liked it. I think it's a smooth, nice melody, nice change up in the second half. I think the percussion works. I don't think the snares or anything is too loud. I think everything kind of lines up the way it needs to be. It's not necessarily a attention grabber, but it's certainly something that can set the mood with the right artist on top of it. What's good, Swaglean? So I would give this an 8. I think it's right in that pocket of consistency.
Yeah, I think that this is good too. I liked the different, drum patterns in it. I thought that the melody was good. I feel like the piano part could use a little bit better variation throughout it. The strings at 150 seemed a little bit like wonky and weird, but they still fit in. Maybe it's the key thing, and I feel like for 3 minutes, so it felt longer than that. So just maybe a little bit more variation, but I thought that it was good overall. It had good different layering to it too. You had a good instrumentation in it. Just the melodies I feel like would have been better. Maybe do some of your little cutouts and parts and make it groove. I don't know. I'm at 7.5.
Yeah, I liked it. I think that it was interesting to start thinking about the different cadences, the different patterns, all the different things you could do as an artist on that beat. There's some beats where we're like, put it on to like sync licensing or like, use it as a video game. This, I think, is the opposite. It leaves a lot to the imagination. So while just sitting and listening to the beat, I kind of get it. And then so I think I could visualize somebody going over here and it being a 10 song. As just a beat, I would say it's an 8 for me. The what is it? The cowbell, the like juvenile type.
Hey.
That was all right. It felt like a little like
juvenile,
cliche, a little juvenile. Sure. Just kind of like stereotypical rap beat from, the 2006, but it was well put together, and I think somebody could make a fun song. So I'm at an 8.
Word. Shout out to Swag Lean for the gifted sub. Swag Lean, do you have a new track that you would like for us to engage upon? Yep, there it is. $62,000 beat. Okay.
Oh, geez. Is that the starting or the top? Because he always goes up every 5 seconds.
That's the starting
10
price.
Okay,
So
that's the starting bid.
all you rappers, you singers, get your wallets ready. Let's take a listen to the $62,000
You're only
beat.
worth what you think you're worth, guys.
That's right.
Hey,
Don't
man.
cheat yourself. Treat yourself.
The entertainment business is fake it till you make it. And I'm okay with starting at 62,000 and working your way down, drastically down. I don't know. This one might be worth 62,000.
Good so far.
Yeah. Swag Lean, $62,000 beat. Swag, I really like this beat. There's 2 things that I would suggest you do. In our Discord, I would highly suggest that you scroll over here to the music making section and you go into this sample recommendation section, and then you come into this Kenny Made a Banga drum stash and get some harder drums. I feel like the kick was underwhelming. The bass was fine, but I feel like the kick needs a little more power to it. Also, I think the percussion is a little loud. So the hi-hats and the crash, they're a bit loud, a little bit too present, but I like the pattern that you had as far as the arrangement. So I would just say, like, if you can do some more sound engineering on your percussion and get a better kick, it'll be a $62,000 beat. I like it. I give it an 8.5 where it's at. Nikki is gone.
Oh.
Holy shit, no. So, like, we have this small window. I'm sorry, guys. We have this small window, and, like, the cats go through it, and I have it closed. It's going to be dark. And, like, when the cats, like, ran into it.
Oh, I was just saying that because
like,
I didn't think Bird noticed that you were gone, so I was just saying Nikki's gone.
Scared me. But anyways, I thought this was good overall. I thought this was a fun beat. I mean, not a $62,000 beat. That's crazy, but
Not
you
crazy.
do you.
You're
I
worth.
think that it's good though. Yep. I mean, I'm gonna say anything that's crazy that's that much. If a house is that, I'm like, that's crazy. That's cheap as hell for a house. But I think that it has good variations throughout it. The originality of it. I think it had a really, really good rhythmic drive. I definitely think that you know, some of it seemed like it could have like better EQ or something on it. But I think overall throughout this entire beat, you had a fantastic tension build. And there was never a second that I wasn't I guess expecting something. Like I was like, oh, I didn't expect that. That I didn't feel bored, or wasn't a second that I felt bored. But I thought this was good overall. I thought it had a good dynamic, and it was a fun beat. I'd give this an 8. Maybe just fix the mix a little bit on it. $62.
Decent price.
62 cents.
Look, this is a dope beat. I had a lot of fun with it. Love the sample. Agree with Dice. Little harder kicks. Boom. You got a $62,000 beat. It's 8.5 for me.
Know your worth, Kings.
Slay, girl.
Don't let these ladies undersell your value. Hold firm on what your asking price is. $62,000 is your price. That's your price, buddy. Not mad at it.
Is that what has been instilled in you from hours and hours of Andrew Tate's
not
podcast?
even an exclusive. This
That's
is just
been
a lease.
Instilled in me from hours and hours of being Dice.
Okay. All right.
All right. Next up, Dez. Work in progress. Warning: very vulgar language.
Oh no! All of the 6 to 10-year-olds that watch this show, log off now. Fucking go play Roblox or something. Trigger warning.
Parents, put the headphones and turn on ABC Mouse for your toddlers. Dez is in the building. Got his subscription access, and he's like, you know what?
He's like, take it back. Oh shit.
He's like, take it back. And I'm like, we can't. And he's like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm going all the way in then. Vulgar language. Here is objective. Right, Swagling, talk your shit. Tell Noir he's got competition.
Hear that? Suck it.
My objective today is to put the toys away. I'm done playing, trying to find a better way to find a vibration. Had to make a way to get this pay. Ain't got no beef, angus. I'm aiming to flame at the piss. Hold up while I lane switches flow, you can't hit. My Bruce Wayne, she mysterious in the night. If she wanna fight, I'll peel your cap and then I'll fly your skin like a kite. I ain't afraid to scrap though. I ain't with that boo you saying, yo. On my way to fornicate, never late, let me demonstrate. No, I'm just playing. Y'all be out here playing, hating, don't hate me. Hate what you can't be. You can't see me, I'm whiter than a ghost. Uncooked toast. Now how the fuck am I supposed to joke a blow this motherfucker smoking to the mic? And that's all she wrote. Then I came and I spoke. And I smoked, then I told, let all you motherfuckers know I'm coming to decapitate whoever holds the throne. Off the phone and you alone, I'm hiding on them on the corner. Are you really sure you don't want this? I'm like a diet, made a bad decision. Pie eating contest with fat bitches. While I'm playing, baby, let me get them digits. Trying to be consistent, let me talk to you bad for a minute. Let me get up in it, I keep a strap, yeah, a pistol. And I'm strapped with a missile. I know you fat, but I know how to use utensils. Like an official chef, I can whip up any platter, avoid any disaster. Might as well call me the master. Eat your ass like a platter of Swiss cheese with a bit of whipped cream. So obscene, so absurd. Ain't nothing but a word. I'm doing this, that, and the third. I suck a bong, wrap your ass like a turd. Y'all like, what the fuck is wrong with this motherfucker's mother? Must have been a crack or a real dick sucker. I got news for you, bud. Take your rhymes, write it down, and put it up your butt. Cause your butt, your ass. Keep on counting my cash. Keep these rhymes coming fast. Yeah, I'm having a blast. Bumping anything from weight to cash. I'ma make my run last. Thinking out my head and back. How the fuck can I make my rhymes relevant of the time? Look around me, you won't find another mastermind who strategizes with his words, then falls into vaginas. Crazy how this shit can slow you climbing. I've been looking and I can't find it a reason to ask. Boy, you're her highness, what a brightness, the brightest. I'll set up for the bar flies.
What falls into vagina?
Dirty dicks.
falls into it.
Right.
That's like some WWE shit.
Yeah, that's right. Slamma-jamma.
Oh my god. I
You
didn't
don't
have
like
my pen.
WWE?
I'm not saying that. Just like falls into vaginas. That's like my brain was like, what?
Some people like that. We're not here to kink shame.
It's gravity, Nikki.
I'm
Dicks
kink learning.
hang down and then they
Oh my
fall
God.
into a vagina.
Yeah,
When a
wow.
mama and a papa love each other very, very much.
Fall into though? Like, that's gotta
Uh-huh.
hurt. That's how you break your pelvic bones.
Nah.
So
I
look,
thought
I
that
play like a
this-
champ.
Yeah.
I've been pondering this the last couple of Des tracks, and I think we were wondering, is somebody over compressing it? Is there like something happening with the mix? I'm gonna take a wild guess, and I'm gonna say you're recording on a headset microphone, and that's why it's like cutting in and out sometimes. Because I heard a little bit of static in this verse that made me think, oh, he's rapping on a headset, and I feel like that's what's the quality issue. It's not necessarily the mix. It's you just need a better microphone. That said, I would say this is probably the best track that we've heard from you, or at least that I've heard. More consistent and confident in the flow. Yeah, I agree, Ray. I think there's still elements where it's just kind of rushed with the number of words that you're trying to squeeze in lines, but you know, I think all of that comes in time of like figuring out, like, am I saying too much or saying too little? So I would say that I give this a 6.5. If I'm dismissing the headset microphone quality aside, but I'm just guessing at this point because you never really actually confirmed, but I'm guessing you're recording on a headset.
I could see that. Definitely needs the quality, but I think that your flow is getting better. I think that you have more engaging patterns throughout this. I feel like, is everybody just dissing everybody? Everybody's mean to each other. But anyways, I think that your flow still needs to tighten up. There's definitely some parts where either your writing needs to tighten up or your flow does, especially towards the end of this. It got a little bit sloppy. But overall, I think that it was a little bit better. The lyrics were questionable. The falling into a vagina got me. But anyways, I'm at a 6.5 as well for this. Tighten it up, get a better mix or quality equipment, and don't fall into any vaginas unless it's consensual.
I wonder when Des started writing this, because we had somebody else just talk about ripping farts out of a butt, like with a bong.
This is Sotorius' fault.
Yeah, I kind of think it is. Sotorius made it
Sotorius-
cool to suck farts and smoke them.
Sotorius, I know you were on the chat earlier. This is your fault.
Why do you even do that?
You know, teach their own. But look, lyrics aside, I do think that like
Talk like that.
there was a confidence to the delivery that I liked. I think that it's just the technicality of it, the execution that was just a little lacking, right? There was too many words. You could hear like you're falling out of breath on some of these. So that's where like those punch-ins could come in handy, right? So yeah, I mean, it's just a long kind of free verse with just topics that range from smoking farts to killing grandmas, and maybe not grandmas, but like killing people, fucking them consensually, smoking fart. Like it's just all over the place. You're like, what is the purpose of this? And I think the answer is, we're just having fun rhyming words together. And sure, if that's the case, then it's just a matter of making it sound better. So I'm at, I think 6 is fair. It's a good attempt, but just the execution's a little off.
Chat, are you
This
for or
chat.
against sucking farts?
They're for falling into a woman.
Why for yes and for no? Oh, I probably shouldn't have said that. Welcome to the chat, DKW. Satorius, you would be the first one to vote.
Dick Week
With
03.
of the baked potato, I saw his vision.
Dick Week
of the
03 is
baked potato.
the moniker for a name. I don't think that person's name, but it's
That's
Shout out
what
to
it
them.
looks like. Dick Week 03. So does that mean you have an entire week that's just dedicated to dick? Or is your dick game week like, oh, I've never pleased a woman before in my life, and I just got to rep it hard on Twitch?
It's like when the Discovery Channel has Shark Week, except it's just a week of dicks.
Is it like Donkey Kong Week?
What?
No.
No. Did you ever play Donkey
Why
Kong?
is it always dicks? Yeah. Diddy Kong Racing too. Love fucking Diddy Kong Racing.
Okay.
It's funny, I literally listened to the DK rap the other day.
The DK rap?
Yeah.
What's the DK
There's a
rap?
whole rap. I'm not doing it. It's like a whole rap about the whole Donkey Kong crew. You've never played N64?
Yeah, but we.
So this is on N64?
Yeah.
Somebody
It starts the
rapped on
game.
N64. Donkey Kong? Which game?
I think it's just Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong Country.
Yeah, that you can
Starts out
pick
with a
maybe.
rap?
Yeah, it's like the his name is DK Donkey Kong. It's like, and then it goes for every single person. Like, he's the leader of the DK crew, and it's them all like rapping and like breakdancing in the beginning.
Sartorius,
Okay.
me and you are forming
I
a
like
duo,
this.
the DK crew.
I'll submit it. I'll find it. I'm not doing it though.
Sartorius, send me an open. Me and
Donkey
you,
Kong 64.
DK crew. See, I told you, Bert. It says it's not his name. Not my name.
It's crazy. How did you guys never see this before?
Well, welcome to the channel anyways.
It's crazy. Yeah.
Next up, Kuiper.
That's
Making
not my
demos
name.
in every genre because I'm too scared to commit to anything. Well, Kuiper, one thing that we're not afraid of around here is non-commitment. So we're
Oh.
okay with this. It's okay
Yeah,
to
fuck it.
experiment. That's what this show is all about. If you have stuff that you're not certain about and you want a second listen, a second ear, a third opinion, a fourth opinion, ask
Hey.
us. I love
Yeah.
it.
If you submit
That's
twice.
what we're here
you
for.
know.
All right, this is called Precious to Me. Where do y'all get these pictures from? I have to know. Like when you people choose, I can't zoom in. That's it. I guess I could go to SoundCloud and see. But when you people choose your SoundCloud cover art, I've seen the strangest things just from the songs that we listen to, and I have to know, like, what goes through your mind when you're like, this is the one that represents this song.
That is kind of funny that he's like, yes.
Like, not her
Job
face,
well done.
not her face, not her tits, not her hips, the upper chest area, the throat.
This is a
Right,
pic
posted
from my
the DK
girlfriend, but
rap.
super zoomed in. Whoa,
Oh.
braggy. Cool
Hold
guy
on.
has a girlfriend. Okay.
Yeah, now you got to show me up and stuff. Now I have more questions. Is like, are you a neck person? Is this you saw this picture and you're like, oh, this is hot. I'm using this.
Or was he like, look at this fancy shit I bought her? Yeah, intense. Like, I'm about that life. I treat my ladies.
This is equivalent to the girl boyfriend reveal, but not necessarily reveal. It's like, oh yeah, I have somebody, but you can't know who they are. And that's fine. I'm okay with that.
Okay, you didn't want to show her face, but you also cut off the best part. Like, what?
Yeah,
I'll
the
just leave
jewelry.
it there.
The jewelry's the best part. All right.
Areola.
So obviously, I'm gonna
God.
assume that this song is about your significant other. Maybe it says "Precious to Me." Let's take a listen.
Willow, right?
We've broken up 3 times. Okay. Hang in there, buddy.
Precious to me, killing, killing, anybody they talk to.
figure out my life, but baby, I'm not responsible. Chilling at 5 a.m. making songs about you, cause I can't pretend it didn't end the way it did. I miss the days that we talked about our future with our kids. Like, why are you the one that I always miss? And what do I spend my days trying to reminisce? Cause I like the way that you smile, even if it's fake, because you're so precious. You're so precious.
All right, that was Kuiper with Precious to Me. Who wants to go first?
I'll go. So this song, not so precious to me, and here's why. It feels like the vocals were a little airy on the mix, like especially like at the beginning. I don't know where you got this instrumental from, but it kind of feels like it just kind of feels a little off. Like the instrumental felt a little off, and then with the mix, it just kind of sounded like the vocals were laying on top of the beat. I really liked the point where you started going into the chorus though, and started hitting the like the stronger singing. That was great. I liked the melodies. I think it's a chill vibe. I also just think that like the mix kind of screwed you here a little bit too, because it was just coming a little hot, just a little louder than perhaps I would have wanted. But overall, I think it's a sweet gesture. I think that just the technicalities of maybe the first, let's call it 45 seconds, the verse part, have some work to do on that. I'd give it a 7.
Yeah, I feel like it feels blown out. Like everything just way too in your face. And it needs, I feel like you should have like screaming on this track, like metal like type screaming. Like I think it would sound good with the contrast of it. But I do feel like it's not even like clarity, like just like the high ends just too much. I hear like a lot of sibilance. I hear everything going on. So I think that it's either you're like eating the mic or the mix just sounds like it really needs to be refined. I would go back through the mix and try to bring everything down and level and put de-essers on and everything like that, just to cover up all of the other noises when you want people to listen to your words, and then you won't be so muffly. But I also think that you do have good vocal control too. Definitely can hear the tune in certain parts, but it does seem like you have good vocal control and a good voice. So I definitely like to hear a little bit more of that. I'm at a 6, a 5.8, a 5.8.
Yeah, Kuiper, I think you hit the nail on the head on your comment there, is that I felt like it was a stuffy recording. It wasn't quite muffly, but it wasn't quite clear. And I feel like that's just a projection issue of just holding back instead of actually going for it. So, I would say re-record it and
seen that comment.
and re-record it and go for it. That's really it. I do think also, I know you got a new microphone, but just, continuing to say when you record it and when it gets mixed, to make sure that it's a little bit louder. Like, I feel like this one's a little bit more audible, the vocals are, than the last couple tracks, but continue to work on the volume levels because you tend to get lost in the sauce of the instrumentation. But I would give this I give it a 6.5. I was gonna say 7, but I feel like the ending also needs work. It kind of just ends abruptly, and I feel like you could work on that a little bit better. It doesn't necessarily need to be longer, but the abrupt ending for such a song that I guess is supposed to have some emotions behind it, it feels kind of like jarring. So work on the closing. Why aren't you in the song league? What do you have against me? Is it because I'm black?
Also a good question.
Strong question. Strong pointed question.
Yeah. I mean,
I posted that
realistically,
DK rap. Oh,
go ahead.
Terrified of competition. You signed up for D-Birds Battle of the Bangers, and I gave a song league where there's no eliminations. You just compete week after week, and you're like, I'm afraid of competition.
Yeah, but you know, that was mine, and this is yours.
Sure.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna bring it up every chance I get, every time. You wait. Wasn't Kuiper in like the first round? I could have swore that. Who am I thinking of then? Who was the other singer that was in there got eliminated?
Diaper.
All right, I'm moving on.
It's DK's brother. That's what you get when you mix DK with Kuiper. It's Diaper.
Well, I hope they have a lovely offspring and that they enjoy a fruitful life.
I love when people aren't in your league because it brings you sadness.
I don't think it brings me sadness. It just brings me a heightened level of animosity that would not have otherwise existed.
Shout out Kenny for the sub.
Shout out Kenny. All right, we got a tip from the Fallen Dove, so I got that. Then we got a gifted sub from Kenny, so we got his other track. Then Nikki posted this DK rap that I guess we'll see.
I don't know how you guys have never seen it.
Never, no.
You never played DK64.
Yeah, but this was probably not a memorable moment of it.
I'm really excited to see it.
And then after that, we need Nikki's opinion on this track, which I will not say anything about this track. We just need your opinion on it, Nikki.
Yo.
What the fuck? That makes me not want to give you my opinion.
Well, because you weren't here for when it first played.
Okay.
All right, here is the Fallen Dove with April Showers solo version.
Why is it blown out?
How can I say I love you? Fall with formalities, facing in realities, reaching that old melody, and where you still fell for me. You hoped for a better me, but you couldn't be my remedy. Promise to never leave, you'll turn into a memory. Didn't want me on your birthday, cause I would've made it regular. Cause my only priority, didn't want water to remain. Your eyes drive me crazy, alone, and you hate me. Held on that good to me, and held on you, your face is hazy. Living in straight lines, gazing into the starlight. You saw our love right when you gave it just a vibe. You saw beauty in my eyes, now I still feel sorry, chose to die. Time me never let me flip and wonder you couldn't try. Fall with formalities, facing in realities, reaching that old melody, and where you still fell for me. You hoped for a better me, but you couldn't be my remedy. Promise I never leave, I turn into a memory. Song with formalities, falling with reality, where you hum that new melody, and where you fell for me. You stayed for a better me, promise to be my remedy. Promise to never leave, I'm fading into memories. Oh no. Yeah, we on the real shit. Oh no, on the real, on the, let's go. I'm unsure of who I am anymore. Trying to find my heart, baby, let's go explore. Whiskey on the floorboard, die in a 4-door. Now in heaven's corridor, my body real hard. Breakfast and coastal billows, that faint feeling of the pillow clouds on my scene. Angels blink, exposing my dreams. World fading, dark spark, and the currents flutter. Eyes open to a blue light as my lips shudder. Fading from melodies, escaping from realities. I tune out that melody, and you better leave myself in dreams. I don't need that remedy. I'm dead technically, numbers now memories. Fading from melodies, escaping from realities. I tune out that melody, and you better leave myself in dreams. I don't need that remedy. I'm dead technically, numbers now memories.
All right, that was the Fallen Dove with April Showers. DK, So tonight, Wednesday nights, we do our subscribers. So people who are subscribed on Twitch, our Discord, or members on YouTube, you don't have to pay to get in the line for our Sunday show. So if you join our Discord over here, there is a free feedback Sunday queue. You can get in line for that. We just do subscribers on Wednesdays because if we do both of them together, it leads to about a 6-hour show and people have to wait for a long time. So that's what we're doing tonight. But you can go ahead and join the Discord and jump in the Sunday queue and get in there early because that show lasts about 3 or 4 hours. All right. Thoughts on Fallen Doves track? Anybody?
I think this was pretty good. Again, this is kind of the opposite, where it's just so auto-tuned. The voice is cracking, but it kind of works in a weird way. I think it would still sound much better without. I also want to say that, like, the biggest issue is the delivery. The biggest issue is the delivery. You're monotone, saying the same thing, like the same tone throughout the entire song. I'd love to hear you switch it up. I'd love to hear you try out different attacks, try different emphasis on the words, as well as try different tones, sing. But the beat is kind of fun, and I think there is a certain energy to this that's not all the way unpleasant. I think I'm at a 5 with this one, with, again, just the suggestion being, like, don't be so monotone in the delivery, and the, like, auto-tune is crazy.
Oh, the auto-tune is crazy. And, like, I just said that this is what I liked about your other one, that the auto-tune wasn't crazy on it, and that we heard your true voice, and then bam. I feel like you are putting more emphasis on stuff and fitting it better, but this one I feel like didn't fit as good as the last one. You do have some run-ons, and I do want different emphasis on different things as well, a little bit more variation with your flow. I can't really tell what words you're hitting on in some parts of it, like which words you're ending on, that you're going to rhyme with or anything like that. I feel like with the mix, there's a lot of, like, clarity, really loud, crispy plosives on it. I feel like I do want more melodic stuff, but a little bit different change-ups. I feel like you had a little more emotion in this one because you were moving your voice, but I feel like that's not really the only thing that goes into, having emotion, because you can have emotion in something without moving your voice up and down. So I would want just a different cadence, just more variation throughout it a little bit more. But your layers also are all, like, in your face. You need to check your volumes on your mix and bring the higher layers and stuff like that back and use them as padding. And line them up again, line up your libs. Line your layers. I'm going to give this a 6.
Shout out Follow Sound. Thank you for the follow. I don't really have anything different to add to this, Dove. I agree with everything that's already been said. I mean, you've hit a plateau now. You're more clear, but your vocal inflections don't ever change. So I know you mentioned to me directly that you wanted to do the whisper singing voice, but I'm not confident that is going to elevate your vocal career. Like, it just feels like you've hit this plateau where you don't want to change, and I don't know if you're necessarily taking the advice to heart of, like, you need to project more. Just imagine you're sitting in the back of the room and the person at the front of the room is like, I can't hear you. And that's how you should treat your music. So yeah, I just feel like you've plateaued now. Like, your wording is more clear, but your projection is just basically like monotone, and it kills some of the songs that you have. I will say the melodic tone of this does work in your favor, but outside of that, everything else is kind of hit that wall. So I'm at a 5 also. All right. Gifted sub from Kenny. This is called Same Time by Jay Bish. produced by Kenny.
Kenny made a bang. I've been a one-on-one baby, so why do I want you right now? You drive me crazy, but you don't hold that shit down. So why would I give it? Oh yeah. I blew a hole on you, baby. The more that I give to you, the more I see you up on that same time. Why the fuck I be up at 1 a.m. wait for you on FaceTime? How the fuck you so damn slow? But you made my heart go far. Probably why I'm so damn fucked up. All these drugs, don't care about none. I'm fucked up. If I go in, it's all in. They know I'm here like right from the time I walked in. They know I'm locked in. Yeah. Don't want your love unless it's genuine. I wanna want baby, no top 10. I feel the rain on me. Should I drown around up my tears? I probably could go and start a scene. Your ass, probably the one that rings forever. I know how bad. I done had yours, but in my back, you know, like 49. I be known to slide. I'm known to get it right. I'm known to do a drive by on. I'm probably getting high. I never live a lie. Every damn day they cut on my door. It's probably cause I got the best damn price. Every damn day I feel painless. Every damn day I'm drinking. Every damn day I'm thinking about you. Why I'm in that mindset. Yeah. I don't even know what the fuck my time went. I ain't seen right there, but I know you only show me. I've been a one-on-one baby. So why do I want you right now? You drive me crazy. But you don't hold that shit down. So why would I give it? Oh yeah. Damn, I blew a hole on you, baby. The more that I give to you, the more I see you up on that same time. Why the fuck I be up at 1 a.m. wait for you on FaceTime? How the fuck you so damn slow? But you made my heart go far. Probably why I'm so damn fucked up. All these drugs, don't care about none. I'm fucked up.
All right, that was Jay Bish with Same Time, produced by Kenny Made a Banger. I have short feedbacks on this one. I feel like this kind of proves to me that Kenny can do whatever he puts his mind to. I think this is kind of the first style of, I mean, I know we've heard a handful of songs where he has an artist on his beat, but I think this is the first style of this nature. Absolutely hated the song. I feel like the song is just like generic, not generic, but I feel like I've heard people do that song with that voice in that style for the last 6 years. I think the artist did a great job. So objectively, like the artist did his thing. It was mixed well, but I just don't like the song because there's nothing like unique or new about it to me. But from a production standpoint, to me, it shows like Kenny can do whatever the hell he wants and it can sound good. So objectively, I'll give it a 7, only because I just feel like the song is just nothing new or original. But I think the production is dope, and I think the quality of the song is there. It's just the originality is not for me.
I think I would just double down on that. I kind of feel the same way. It's, you know, it's a style, it's a genre, you know, it's a very popular one. We hear it a lot. I think that he did it well. It's just a matter of like, it just kind of felt indistinguishable from some of the other stuff that we heard. And I probably wouldn't go back to listen to it again. That being said, like, it was a cool beat. It was fairly unique as far as what I've heard from Kenny. So yeah, threw me for a loop. I think beat was cool and the artist did his thing on it. It's just a matter of like, I felt like it lacked a little bit of originality. I'll give it an objective 8.
Yeah, I thought that this was good overall. I feel like you had good layers throughout it. I liked the texture of it. It felt like you had, you know, when your synths on, it was like sparkly and such. I feel like the artist was a little bit too tuned for my liking. His runs sounded really modulated. But I think that the composition was overall good. I thought that I didn't like the like door clunky, like drawer closing keys thing, but I liked the other things you had in it. That made it feel like I was like, God, what is it? The Blue Man Group that does like the garbage stuff where they sweep the brooms and stuff. anyways, I like that kind of stuff, but I feel like the clunkiness kind of just was like it pulled me out of the beat. I'm at a 7.5. I didn't like that sample.
Sammy Tim Gaming, no idea who you're talking about. I don't follow YouTubers. All right, next up, let's see what this Donkey Kong thing is that Nikki shared.
Okay.
I don't know if you've never seen that.
This could have been us, nice.
I guess.
We just need to make a rap for DK.
Mm-hmm.
Here we go. Finally here. Performance for you. If you know the words, you can join in too. Put your hands together if you want to.
We could have definitely done better.
I hate this already.
He's the leader of the bunch. You know him well. He's finally back to kick some tail. His gun can fire and spurt.
This is probably one of the first raps I ever learned.
It's gonna hurt.
That's the saddest shit I've ever heard.
Faster and stronger too. He's the first member of the.
I was young when N64 came out.
I hate this.
That's fair. Yeah, I hate it too.
I hate this so much. This just
It's
reminds
weird, though,
me
because
kid.
somebody passed that along and was like, "This is good," and everyone's like, No quality control.
This is what happens when corporate America's like,
I
yo,
remembered it for the
we
rest
need
of my
to integrate
life.
Rap.
Yeah.
Let's get some rap in our game. Let's get some rap in our commercial.
Do you know anyone who's urban? It's like, well, Gerald is my neighbor next door. I could ask him. He's like, never made a rap before in his life. He's like, yeah, I could do it.
Good Lord. All right. We got a couple things that just came in. Kuiper. And
It was written by George Andreas.
Oh, that was close.
Cool.
George Andreas.
Do you
and
know who
Chris
that is?
Sutherland. I have no idea. It came out when I was 8 years old.
Okay. And you know this by heart? Wait,
I
what?
just looked, yeah.
You know the whole thing by heart?
Not whole thing by heart. No, not anymore. We definitely used to. Me and all my sisters.
Y'all all sang this?
All of us saying this.
I'm
yeah.
going immediately into VIP and I'm shitting on all of your sisters. Immediately. No, let me play this next song, and this next thing I'm typing is like immediate distaste and dissatisfaction in them. All right. Real Swag Lean gifted something, and Kuiper, I believe. Did Kuiper do something? I saw him. Yeah, Kuiper gifted something. All right, Kuiper first, then Real Swag Lean. More shit posts, please. Okay. Why do all the pretty girls love Cocaine featuring Spongy?
Oh, yikes. Do they?
I don't know. I only know like a handful of
do.
people. Okay. All right. Maybe I need to get into cocaine.
Not much. You're saying what we're all thinking.
Why do all the pretty girls love cocaine? Begging, baby, get me out of LA. Past and shorty looking desperate, don't play. Asking, can we be friends, baby, no way. Can't be seen walking around with a whole. Now I see you fucking begging for more. Reminiscing all the times I said I adore you. Honestly, you're so adorable. XO, it's your next tag. Waited all day for a text back. Too cute, you get mad. And I can't even lie, I kinda missed that. But you're dead now, to me at least. So that girl's on fire like Alicia Keys. I don't wanna talk when I'm with you. I don't wanna talk cause I piss you off. And I think it made me start to paint a picture that it doesn't even matter that I guess you are full. You're just gonna treat me like I'm awful. You just wanna put me in a dark hole, saying that I'm sick and put me down. Oh, that's something that I can't let go. But I remember what you said. I remember what you said. You said, hey, why do all the pretty girls love cocaine? Begging, baby, get me out of LA. Past and shorty looking desperate, don't play. Asking, can we be friends, baby, no way. Can't be seen walking around with a whole. Now I see you fucking begging for more. Reminiscing all the times I said I adore you. Honestly, it's so adorable. Why do all the pretty girls love cocaine? Begging, baby, get me out of LA. Asking, shorty looking desperate, don't play. Asking, can we be friends? Baby, no way. Can't please see you walking around with a whole. Now I see you fucking begging for more. Reminiscing all the times I said I adore you. Honestly, it's so adorable.
All right, that was Kuiper. Why do all the pretty girls love cocaine? Featuring Spongy.
Asking the important questions. Why do all the pretty girls love cocaine, Nikki?
I have no idea.
What'd you think of the song?
I thought it was good. I feel like he's. Why you always just cut shit off? You're just like, I've had enough. Like, the fuck?
Got bored of singing.
It. Yeah, I think that your vocals obviously sound good and stuff. Definitely the mix needs a little bit of work. I don't know, it just sounded crispy again. It sounded, maybe it was spongy. No, spongy would have been softer sound. It was a little bit harsh, but yeah, I thought that it was a nice little fun bop. You couldn't almost discern the hook from the different parts of it, even though it was repetitive. Maybe add something to make it sound a little bit different, you know, add some different layers or libs or something, just, you know, change it up a little bit throughout the hook. But I thought this was fun. I give this a 7.5.
Yeah, my thing is, like, I really loved the melodies. I really loved the content. I think it's a poppy, fun song. The issue I had was the mix, and specifically not just like the mix, but like the instrumental. Where are you finding this shit? Right? Like, it sounded muddy. And it's a bummer because I feel like this one does have the potential to like really be good if you went into the studio, had somebody like put this all together. For whatever reason, like the drums were way too loud on this, and the like guitar on it just kind of sounded muddy and muffled, jumbled together. And then so it was a little harder to hear your singing songs, your sing-song voice, that beautiful fucking throat of yours. So yeah. I'll give it a shrug 8 because, like, I think it's probably a lower, but I liked it that much.
Kuiper, you are either a mix engineer or figuring out how to improve your quality away from being a very competent and competitive songwriter. Like, there's some songs like Precious to Me where it seems like you're just kind of meandering through it and figuring it out. But stuff like this where it's like it's super catchy and it has a nice bop and vibe to it. Like, if only the vocals were more clear and like you could really hear the quality and the crispness of like the vocals and the instruments. It sucks. I give it an 8 though. But I think you have some interesting songs.
You know who would crush on this? I think, like, if I take this song and I'm just thinking of, like, oh, that makes sense. Nick Bonin. This was kind of like a Nick Bonin type song. And the benefit of Nick Bonin is, like, he could probably mix this and make it sound fucking awesome. He also lives in LA. So, you know, he probably has some stories of some pretty girls who love cocaine, or at least can imagine some through stories his friends say. So yeah, I think that this song could be a great one.
Yeah. All right.
Most pretty girls are empty inside, so they find something else to fill them up, and a lot of times it's through their noses.
Those are the perfect ones. Give me an.
Oh.
Who killed the show?
It didn't touch nothing.
It was your rant about pretty empty women.
I'll say it again, Jim. I'll double down. Give me a pretty empty chick. Nothing inside. Brain empty, soulless, no emotions.
Fill her up with this dick. Hey,
dead face. Dead face the whole time while you fall into it.
Yeah.
Hey, look who's lurking. Nick Bonin. If you missed the song, you got to check out Kuiper's song, All the Pretty Girls Do Cocaine. So I think that's Nick Bonin has your name written all over it.
I will share the picture that I frequently share inside. Share sometimes in the lounge where it says "dead inside but still horny." Give me one of those chicks.
Dead inside but still horny. That's perfect.
Give me a
That
chick
sounds
who
like
will
a
wear
self-help book.
I got your help for you.
Dead inside but still horny.
All right, we have
how I
a
overcame depression.
gifted sub from Swaglean, and then Gabriel, I think it was, making sure I got that right.
Yeah,
Gabriel died, tipped $5. Gabriel, if you can just confirm, never mind, you did it right there. Boom. All right, 2 more tips on the way. First up is Swaglean, then Gabriel.
I gotta say, I'm stoked for Gabriel's. It's called Stepsis.
I'm stoked for this one. I've heard this song before. He played it before, but Bird, you weren't here. This is my favorite Swaglean and Bigger Sean song. Outside. Oh, I'm excited.
Bigger Sean.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Shit's fire. Fuck yeah.
What is this melody from?
Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside.
I'm gonna say the Once Upon a Time
Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside.
Okay, I love this.
This is fire.
I remember back when I never had all my inner walls up. Talking stages past, used to get attached, never had no problems. Shorty from the past, wasn't feeling bad, cheating with my dog, I know early on I cheated on your first, karma did me wrong, try to rebound, forget it all. But every shorty that I've been with ever since then, couldn't trust them, and I knew something did me wrong. I got trust issues, fuck with you, punching through my walls. I've been gone so long, I've been gone so long. Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside. Outside. Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside.
Thanks for the raid.
Outside, no, no.
SWAG, tatted underneath, she want me. I whip out cash, I'm flaunting. I wake up in the morning like, what the fuck is going on? I'm with a bitch, I know it's wrong. It's wrong. Hey, hey, I'm about to flow on this bitch. I'm about to go on this bitch. I'm about to go and get rich. I'm about to go do it quick. Bitch, I look fly like the Jetsons. Going through withdrawals like Nesband. Finally outside, feel the rain. Been going through it and feel the pain. Swag on his way up, what they saying. Despite what these people been praying.
Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside. Outside. Been gone so long that I don't know what's outside. Outside, no, no.
All right, that was Swaglean and Bigger Sean. I've heard this before, so I will shut up. Although I will say this is my favorite Bigger Sean and Swaglean track, outside of the obviously way different mix between the two verses. I thought they both did an excellent job on this. So I'll let Bird and Nikki give their thoughts.
Shout out Prod Bird and all of his homies that came in. What's up? Welcome to the stream.
Welcome.
Yeah, this beat is fire. The hook, fire. Swaglean did his thing on this. Bigger Sean did his thing on this. I think objectively the biggest issue technically is the difference in quality. Like you can just tell the dip in the quality once the second verse comes in for Swaglean. So I think like I'm not mad at what he did. Like, could it have been maybe a little more spiritually aligned with kind of what Big Sean did, sure, but I think just the biggest issue is just the pure vocal quality. But I still really love this. This is also my new favorite, Swag Lean and Bigger Sean. I'm gonna give this an 8.5.
Yeah, I thought that this was good overall. I liked the vibe. It was very emotional, but you know, it had good, I guess, differences throughout it between the two different verses. I feel like on the first verse, I feel like, you know, obviously the nice low tones are very, very pleasing to your ears. It feels like it's, you know, authentic and not overtuned. I mean, you can tell that the hook's tuned too, but it's not bad. I feel like in the hook at parts, maybe the whistle's a little bit too loud in the beat. But I think that the beat, it was nice. It had nice different guitar melodies and stuff throughout it too. Made it all kind of hit a little bit harder and pull it together. I feel like on the second verse, the clarity was a little bit too high. You turn down the brights. I feel like I can hear every time that your tongue hits the roof of the mouth. So, you know, right, it's like, just I could hear every single time. So, you know, either it's a, you know, distance issue, or it's, you know, your brights are just, they're boosting all that to make plosives out of just your tongue moving on your mouth. But yeah, I think that, you know, a little bit of mix tweaking would do this justice. I think this is really nice, so I'm going to give it an 8.5 too.
Yo, Swag Lean, if Bigger Sean does not show up for round 2 of the league, I will ban you from the Discord and just leave him in the Discord.
Boom!
Boom!
Ban hammer. Boom roasted. Suck it.
D-Generation X is back.
Turns out you are your brother's keeper. Ain't that right, Kuiper?
Make it happen. All right, we got a tip from Gabriel Died. Stepsis.
What you doing with that? What you doing with that laundry machine, Stepsis?
Is the
you
sock
get trapped in the fucking washing machine again? Idiot.
sock stuck in there in the back, Stepsis? Need a hand with that? I'm gonna be open-minded. What's up, nephew? For real. Let's take a listen to Gabriel Died. He says, haven't done EDM dubstep for a minute. Moved to trap music. Okay. Want to see what we think of this. All right. Fuck it. Let's go.
I love EDM dubstep.
Me too.
I love stepsisters. I've never had one.
Same. Love it already.
All right, that was Gabriel Died with Stepsis. I will let the two EDM dubstep avid listeners weigh in on that aspect. I'll just say from a mix standpoint, I think you're kind of on the right track. I think there's a lot of sharpness into it that the low end doesn't match up to. So I would definitely say that the lows need to kind of resonate with those highs, but the highs are definitely sharp, and you could also turn that hi-hat down. That thing was loud, not like bad loud, but it was just loud for no reason. So those are my 2 points. I give it a 7.5 though.
Proud bird. This beat's giving him tetanus. It was a very metallic beat. I liked it. I thought that the moan was a little bit loud in the beginning. I was like, whoa. So maybe pulled it back just a little bit. It's a little sharp, but you know, you had the nice like grimy, like electric metallic sounding bass. I feel like in the parts between, you know, where the builds are and right after the drop, it gets a little bit too jerky. Where you have the sweeping, you know, the sweeping drums coming through in like the parts after the second drop. I think that's better used like throughout it. So then it's not too jerky, but I think that it would just help with the rhythmic drive of it to keep people in it, because you know, you can get pulled out of that kind of vibe pretty quick. But after the second drop, I feel like you do a good job of bringing that back in, but I would definitely keeping that those background filler parts for more cohesiveness, and the specific like smaller segues in between your you know, your bass and your dubs and stuff. But I thought that you had good builds overall too, and good tension building, but definitely just a little bit too loud. There's a lot going on with those being like that. You know, turn it back just a little bit because it's a lot. And I say that from being a person that literally goes and just listens in like warehouses to this shit. So, but I think that just needs to be a little bit more cohesive, so it's more flowing for the person who's, you know, trying to catch a vibe dancing to it. I would be at a 6.8 for this. I'm real close.
Mm-hmm.
Jerky would be like when you're you know, you're bopping to the drive of the rhythm of the song, and where it's almost like it's just a little bit off, where there's not something pulling both of those hits together, where you're like going and you're just like, oh, and it's just more of a jerky, which is how dub is, but it's a little bit too much without being able to pull back into the beat. So it's almost things being a little bit off.
Also, dried cured meat. As far as this beat goes, I liked it. Honestly, I liked it. The dub was dubbing, the wubs were wubbing. There was just two kind of parts that I wish were a little different. One, I wanted deeper kicks. I wanted the thumps to thump a little harder. So, you know, when you're doing the kicks, having stronger thuds, if you will, it kind of having that bass line allows all the rest of the madness to kind of continue, as long as you have that hard, right? Like everything else can go fucking nuts as long as that's strong enough. I'd also say that like on the low ends, there was, it felt almost clashing, especially during the first part of it. There was like some 808s going that were just a little low, and I liked the high melodies of it, but the low parts just felt a little off to me. But like I said, I actually kind of liked it with just some slight improvements. I'd give it a 7.5.
Word. All right. A few more left in the sub queue for tonight, unless we get some more tips. This one is harking back to a Sartorius post a few weeks ago. So Nikki, this is for you. Shout out to all the lovely ladies out there in the world.
Yummy, yummy, yum.
This is dedicated to all the women in the White Collared Rhymes community.
This is dedicated to all the mothers out there for Mother's Day.
When you're the one.
Shout out.
Happy Mother's
Day.
Day.
You're the one. Because there's only one thing that you got that no one else has. And if you don't know what it is, I'll tell you exactly. my chest. Fought on my chest. Turn you on like a thermostat, bitch. Turn you on like a motherfucking nest. So much gas, I'ma have to put you on the bed rest. Booty hole fresh, I might have to put my nose deep like it's a smell quest. Double XP, double XP. No enema, please. Gotta get the brown nose enchilada with the cheese. Woo. Shit so strong, bring me to my knees. Bitch about to make me wheeze. Bong rip the booty breeze. Smoke a fart like a dart. Don't push too
Bong
hard,
rip the booty
or you
breeze.
might fuck around and short your panties. Stuff it in your butt, don't need a plan B, just a plan A. I ain't gay, it's the only way. About to make me bust like a Bin Laden AK. Allahu Akbar. She about to blow the door ajar. Don't let her out my car. I wanna see that.
Tribute to all the ladies.
Sipping fart out the jar.
Ladies
Call
night
me
at
the
WTR.
booty czar. Chances are eating dingleberries at the booty like it's caviar. Turn around, let me see that clam chowder. But so many times now I'm shooting powder. Queefing hard in the shower. Reverberation make it louder. Put a smile on my face, yeah, I'm that much prouder. Smoke a fart like a dart. Don't push too hard, or you might fuck around and short your panties. Stuff it in your butt. Don't need a plan B, just a plan A.
What
I
up,
ain't gay,
Cognito?
it's the only way. About to make me bust like a Bin Laden AK.
Hey.
Atomic bombing out that air like it's Hiroshima.
Too soon.
Bitches third star gave my ass a fucking fever. Ain't half a fact, still let my dick bark like a fucking beagle. Line the booty up, put a hole in my chest like a desert eagle. She said her booty was tight, that's cap. Next time I'm coming with a hazmat. Should've read her trap stats. Knew it when she said cash app. All I wanted to do was just blast that, but I got a gas pack, my ass tapped. Sequel part 2, I'll be right back.
Right back with that back.
That was dedicated to all the ladies of White Collar Rhymes. Nikki, what did you think of that? So Torius really wants your notes on this. I must emphasize that.
So yeah, very clear narrative, vivid imagery throughout. Very good, engaging storytelling. Good smooth rhythm throughout your flow too. The mix actually sounded good throughout it. Dude, that shower part. What the fuck?
Suck a fart like a dart.
Dude, so many different
Visuals, imagery.
Yeah, but yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I don't know how to grade this. It's crazy.
Any standout lines to you?
That shower shit was crazy, but right before that, right before the sucker dart, what was that fucking? It was something with a B. I said it. I can't remember. This is a lot. It's a lot to take in.
Take in? Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very original. Nice originality.
What's your rating?
Yeah, what's your rating?
Overall, it's a quality piece. It's mixed good and everything. I'd had to get a 7. The lyrics, I don't know. I can't grade the lyrics.
Jacob said, was it
It's
the
funny.
bong rip the booty breeze
Yes,
line? Was
the
that
bong rip the booty breeze got me. Cause like, I mean, and then he had the wet farts in there. I'm just like, no, who did you sample to get those farts? That totally sounds like a shower fart. way too close to home. Hilarious though. I thought it was funny.
What was your rating? 7.5?
Yeah, I can't rate it that high. It's a fart song.
I think I gave it an 8. Gave it an objective 8. It's a good song.
It was the overall mix good, everything.
So Torius, when does part 2 come out? I think you said you were working on the part 2.
That's crazy.
Hopefully dropping on Father's Day. I think we dropped this on Mother's Day.
Number 2.
We played this on Mother's Day, so I'm hoping the sequel drops on Father's Day.
Better be called number 2.
Like dick shits? Shit comes out your dick?
Whoa.
Dick first?
Nope. Not into
Oh,
that.
just me? Just me? Okay.
Just you.
Got it.
What the fuck is going on right
Just
now?
you, buddy. All right, a couple more here. Oh wait, Kenny. Kenny with a gifted sub. Shout out to Gabriel Died for getting the recipient end of Kenny's sub.
Hey.
Panda Express.
That was crazy.
What's y'all's favorite menu item from Panda Express?
Definitely
I love
teriyaki chicken.
The cheese ragoons.
Chat, what's your favorite Panda Express menu item? Mine is the honey walnut shrimp. Fire.
I like
Allergic
getting their...
shellfish.
Oh. Yeah.
The what?
Sorry.
Shellfish are gross.
Yeah.
Well, that's why I can get their cheese ragoons. I have never been able to have ragoons, and they're so good. The only place that makes cheese. That place in Portland does.
We got some
Sorry.
orange
What were you
chicken.
saying, D-Bird? I love orange chicken.
Oh, just doesn't matter. I was just like the noodles with all of the teriyaki chicken and orange chicken, just loaded up.
Do y'all go
noodles.
fried rice or white rice?
Fried most of the time.
I do white rice.
Hmm.
Yeah.
It's the most unsurprising. Yeah.
Plain.
It's plain.
You eat like just a slice of white bread and you're like, see? Food. And you're like, what? You know,
This
most
is
people
no-
put like
no
meats
sugar
and cheeses
applesauce.
in there.
This and a jar of peanut butter here.
I feel like there was a line in Dez's song
Okay.
earlier that probably resonated with Nikki, where he said toasted bread, but it's white, or something of that nature.
Toasted
Plain
bread's
bread.
great.
How dark do you toast your bread though, Nikki?
Like a 2, maybe.
2?
I
Might as well
like a
just
little,
eat it
like-
plain.
Hey, I like it warm and a little crispy, but I don't like crispy things. They hurt your mouth.
You might as well just leave it on the counter for like an hour so that it hardens up. Like, why even put it in a toaster? What's
Because
the point?
I like a little toasty.
Do you put
I
anything
like
on
a
it?
little crunch.
Butter, jelly?
Butter? No, I
Anything?
hate jelly.
What?
It's gross.
All right. Okay. Here's Kenny with Panda Express.
It's weird consistency.
Shout out to the new followers.
What the fuck is this?
Just like,
I feel like he's doing this on purpose. It's like,
I wonder what that is.
Mouth
probably me
noise.
eating on stream.
Like Doritos? Like, what do you think it is?
All right. I think I know exactly what Kenny wants us to do. Everybody guessed the item from Panda Express that he was eating. I think it's a fortune cookie and a little bit of noodles.
It was
Yeah.
crunchy. It might have been a cheese ragoon.
I give it a 6.
I can't listen to mouth noises like that. It irks me. I'm at like 4, Mr. Kenny. But it was fun.
I'm not as sensitive to mouth noises as Nikki is, but I hated this. I'm at a fucking objective 1. But kind of a funny submission anyways.
Shout out to Kenny. Producer of the year 2024. Who's going to
Is it
knock Kenny off
Rangoons
the
or
throne this
Rangoons?
year? Will it be Swag Lean with his $60,000 beats? Will it be Noir? Will it be Gons? Who knows?
Who's going to be what?
The producer of the year 2025 on WCR. All right. Britt. Yeah,
Plot
Britt
twist,
might,
it's D-Bird.
Britt might make a surge towards the end of the year. I don't know right now is her time to shine, but I'm not
Ooh,
ruling
I
it out.
forgot. Ooh.
She definitely needs to get rid of the Casio keyboard and upgrade to an M Audio or something of that nature. Highly
Send
recommend.
her my mini MPK thing.
Please don't. It'll be a waste of your valuable time.
I like you, Gabriel. The feeling is mutual.
Okay. All right. Here's Demon Bird Conversations.
He said do another one since he was getting food.
Weather is looking nice.
He said what?
He said do somebody else. He's getting food. He'll be back in 5. So
What am I his?
his?
What am I his assistant? I got to do what the fuck he says now.
I'm just saying these were his wishes. Do with those what you will.
Ignore them. That's what I will do. Tell me what to do. All right, here's JCC Out in the Cold featuring Eli.
You left me frozen, out in the cold, yeah, I didn't know shit. What was the motive? Shit, I don't understand. You let go of my hand, the same one you were holding, the one I was holding. Open the door, but slowly it's closing. Slowly it's closing.
All the shitty conversations, baby, can't you read my mind? So I take congratulations now that you don't love me right. Diamond knows my world of patience, blame it on misleading signs. Pros and higher expectations got me reaching for the night. Can't let go. Yeah, I didn't know shit. What was the motive? Shit, I don't understand. You let go of my hand, the same one you were holding, the one I was holding. Open the door, but slowly it's closing. Slowly it's closing.
Okay.
Okay.
Look, yeah, I mean, it's a work in progress. He sent us what he had so far. Yeah, he said this like 1,000 times. I'm working with someone that you don't know in the Discord. I'm like, you think I don't know?
Brett?
You think there's anybody I don't know, you motherfucker? Well, you might be right, because he says featuring Ellie, and I don't know who the fuck that is. Great voice. Honestly, both great vocalists. I really like what you guys did here. I think it's a great collaboration. Obviously, feels like it needs to be a little bit longer. So, you know, work in progress, figure that shit out. The big thing for me, initial reaction, is the brightness on the vocals, the brightness on the mix. It feels like a little bright. The highs are a little high. Otherwise, I think this was really good. I'm going to give it a 8.5 for a work in progress.
Yeah, I thought that this was good. I also agree. There was a little bit of brightness on the vocals. I definitely think that, you know, nice vocals from both of them, kind of both had soft moments throughout your vocal delivery as well. And you had some good harmonies in your guys' hook where you were both on there. Nice, consistent tone throughout it. I think that, you know, bring back that brightness, especially on the parts that you don't have layers on. I feel like maybe it was accentuated to make it really stand out more, but it kind of just brings the vocal way out and too present. So maybe bring that back in a little bit, or add some low end to it somewhere to kind of balance it a little bit and make it a fully rounded, like how your hook was. I do hear some delays throughout like the back of it, but I definitely would want to hear a little bit more fullness, especially just how it is. Yeah, I'm at an 8. I thought this was nice. And yeah, finish it. What the shit?
Yeah, I agree with Bird. It's just too bright. Too bright, work in progress, but I like the direction that it's headed in. So yeah, if you can tame that brightness once you guys get it finished and just make sure you don't lose the clarity, I think it'll be solid for where it's at. Work in progress, I give it a 7.5, but I like the I like the song structure. I like the writing. I think you guys complement each other as far as the vocals. So I'm not mad at where it's heading, but just obviously unfinished.
And what's the actual story behind Ellie? Who is this mystery person you like insist on throwing in our faces that we didn't know? Is this your girlfriend who's lurking? Is this some talented woman singer who just doesn't appear in the general pop?
Is it someone who you guys all know but is going by Elle instead?
Yeah.
I know who it is.
Do you? You're fucking like cut out.
It's Rogue Jepsen.
Shut up.
No, I'm just kidding.
Notch up the pit.
What?
Your joke got cut off too by your muting. You're still muted.
I said just the pitch knocked up a little bit.
Could be.
Yeah, could be.
Never know.
She posted on the Discord once and then DM'd because she saw that collab on the collab forum. Maybe I should start using the collab forum. Nah. Ha! Feature on my album? Fuck out of here.
Meanwhile, my album's all features.
Nah, I'll have a few features on my next album. All right. Next up, Producer Bird. Conversations. Final mix ready for release? Question mark.
Better than better. Weather is looking nice. Better than winter time. Thoughts to myself inside. Days and nights passing by. Feeling like myself again. Talk to myself within. This is where I begin. All I need is conversation. Really don't have no patience. No need for no relations. All I need is some conversation. All I need is some conversation. No relation. I just need conversation. Weather is getting nice. Uplifting you on life. Thoughts to myself inside. Crazy how things fly. Thoughts to myself within. Talking to myself again. This is where I begin. All I need is conversation. Really don't have no patience. No need for no relations. All I need is conversation. Really don't have no patience. No need for no relations. All I need is some conversation. All I need is some conversation. No relation. I just need conversation.
All right, that was Bird with Conversations.
Yeah, I'll start. I like this. I think objectively it sounds very good, very polished. You hit the notes that I wanted you to hit. It sounded like it was like mixed pretty decent. I think that the one kind of drawback that like kind of slapped me in the face over and over was you didn't have much range lyrically, right? Like you just pretty much said the same things over and over, which it sounded good as you said it. And I really love the EDM backing, the EDM instrumental that you made. But like, honestly, I think the lines weren't that strong to be repeated over and over, right? I think I recognize these, and I feel like this was like from a freestyle you did. So you just took those vocals and then like maybe processed them and put some EDM behind it. I don't need no relation. Like, no, I don't need no relate. There was like a million no's in one of the lines, and I was like, ugh. But overall fun sound. I just think that it left me wanting a little bit more as far as the content. I'd give it 8.5.
I thought this was good. I mean, compared to like the last 50 songs that we heard from you where there's no layers, finally you added some layers and they're not buried in the mix. So I thought that was good. It sounded clean. And I think you hit most of the notes except for at the end when you went super high and you tried to go like very high, and that felt a little not all the way there. It felt kind of off. But the other notes up until that point, I think you hit. I don't know that you even necessarily need to try to hit a super high note like Mariah Carey. It just kind of confused me that you would try to hit that range because I don't think your voice can go that high. And the only other thing I would say about the mix is it would have been nice if you add like some wide reverb effect on your hook. And the only thing I can really think of to compare it to is what Cryptic Mitch did on Rogue's track in the Square Up League round 1. He had like some nice widening reverb effects. He kind of used it on Coulter's too, but that was kind of to compensate for some other mixing stuff. But yeah, I would have liked to hear a little bit more reverb just to kind of widen it out. But overall, I thought it was solid. I give it an 8.5.
Oh, yeah, I thought that this was overall solid. I'm gonna give it. I think that the high note at the end, I was like, what are you thinking? That's wild. I do think that I would want a little bit more like cohesiveness. I feel like the beat was really, really loud at some points. So maybe it just needs to be brought back a little bit, or just mixed better into the vocal. It's not that I couldn't understand what he was saying, but it was just it just didn't seem to fit 100% with it. It seemed to be that the beat was it was a little bit too much at certain times. And I also don't know about what the ad-libs on the first part of it. It felt like the ad-libs were louder than the actual main at the ends, or how they were phased or pans. I'm not quite sure. But it seems like that those should be set back instead, and the main should still be high. Those should just be the supporting actors there. But I thought that overall it was a fun track. I give it a 7.5.
Word. All right. Well, that was all that we had for submissions, but there were a couple. Calm down. Calm the fuck down. There were a couple of highlights from round 1 of the Square Up League that I would like to present to some folks. Just because today I finally sat down as I was doing my very stable, hopefully, fingers crossed, day job and listened to some of the songs and wanted to see what I thought of these young rapscallions submitting their songs. So I wanted to highlight a few of them that stood out to me and hopefully encourage some people to vote on them. Some people who may or may not be on camera right now.
Me? I've just...
I didn't say any names.
Hey, we have till when? Like Friday?
I'm just saying, it'd be nice. All right. First one I wanted to highlight was from Trev. He and Mike Tyson and Ravilas had people drop out of the tournament. Also, Uno Dos. But I thought out of the no-shows, Trev had a standout track that I wanted to highlight. So let me play this for it. Voting is not over. Voting is still open till Friday, 11:59 p.m. Pacific Standard Time.
Oh, the birdcage exploded.
Yeah, so here's Trev's entry.
What are you gonna do about it?
I ain't never said much, but you rap cats, I've been working too much for the crap. I ain't never say much, and you whack acts all cat with that rap at your gap. But people talking about me, homie, better shut the fuck up. Cause I don't really wanna have to body you. I got places in the back for a body booth that goes do. Let the shooter go do. Let loose the Ruger. So do you think you're the truth? Though do you fucking loser? You pick of the litter, you a bit sicker. You a bitch getter. As long as the bitch got thick figures, you fucking the gang. See how much of the dick you can fit in her. You a big hitter, no can roller. You want that Land Rover, that sand blower. How many bitches you gotta run around? Just hit a damn homer. I'm Sam Sosa. I bury dick. I'm in the bondage, baby. Mark my words and McGuire, baby. Ruthless, I'm on fire, baby. Lay errands, I Hank Aaron. Dad is Joe, Mama St. Mary. Rest in gold as I ate berries. Yeah, I'm getting mines the sovereign way. Fuck modern day McConaughey. Dog walk that bitch in the broad of day. Man, stop debating me, I'm a lot to take. Pop the fake with me, I'ma chalk this place. Y'all barking at me, says a lot, okay? It's Trev, dog. Ain't no room for the res, dog. Ain't no dudes that can test God. But Trev ain't you all up in the country shit. Got ducks, got bucks, got bunch of chicks. Got bunkers built, bunch of rusted rigs. Bigfoot up in the backyard, busting sticks. Nah, you ain't never been to country, bitch. Free rap in the back as we catching fish. So blue, gotta move on the pheasant scent. Got tags for a stag, we back in the bit. Do dabs in the cab, get your heavy whiff. And I don't hate D-Bird. As an MC, dog, you should get these words. Or you can get these words. Can't pick apart a fucking artist like me. Rhymes fit tight in the bar so nicely. Cause all my life, me on a poly. Jetted to the game, sick as ever with no fame. Get a sever in the vein, get a tight squeeze. No wonder why is that y'all don't like me. There's rawness in my calmness, but no converse in my comments. So every bar set up bomb shit. Seat cover, go feet up. Homie, shut the fuck up and get beat up. Man, there's people that speaking to me, they weaken, they weeping to see it. They just pumping the evil, the fuck you want from the people that govern, the fucking the people discover, they pumping the people that fucking my company. Enough of the fucker when you ain't fucking with me, homie. Garbage. Verbal shotguns, I got cocked ones. You do not want this problems. I'm the face in this place where all the homies seek solitude. I'm that solid dude, but honestly, I don't got a lot to prove. Cock the deuce, shoot right through you. Got the tools to screw you, let the music boost you. And if they don't choose you, then they go lose you. Make a news, so go bake the booth. I guess I'ma let my nuts hang. Fuck fame, y'all suck, man. And all of that must suck, man. But how many times I gotta murder the beat for you to get it, motherfucker? You ain't heard of the tea? Serving them C's, burning them deep in the 3rd degree. So you be Mike D and I'll be Yella. Screw the mics, D, find me, fella. You and ID, no license, fella. Cause even I see you don't like me, fella. We can live stream on IG, fella. Eye to eye and no vising, fella. I can rhyme beyond your psyche, fella. 5 for 1, stepping high knees, fella. Finally, I can see you spite me hella. It's almost like that you know I'm better. And colder, dog. Cold ain't far. What's Glendale the surprise? Intel on your lives. Send mail to your wives. Dog, we be outside. Don't you see, bitch, chat needs this. Words thrown from the dome that appears like needles that was sewn from a motherfucking seamstress. Y'all clowns this bitch, but we it.
What are you gonna do about it?
What are they gonna do about it?
So that was Trev's track. I'm not gonna ask you guys to, necessarily share thoughts, but if you want to, you're more than welcome to.
Why wouldn't I? What else are we doing here?
I'm going to save mine for voting.
Yeah. It's funny because, I literally forgot he posted pictures, screenshots of me saying stuff about him. I think back whenever that was, months ago. Clearly he took offense to it and maybe felt a type of way. But that was during my tournament, I think, when him and Coulter were arguing. I was just fucking around because I don't know. Let's get involved in the beef, he also did disses to me back in the day where I think I forgot that I asked people to diss me, and then he did, and I was like, who the fuck is this guy and why is he dissing me? So I really brought it upon myself. But I was just reflecting back the energy I was getting. So I was like, yeah, fuck this guy. And then later on, I was like, oh yeah, I did ask for that, didn't I? Well, regardless, this is impressive. This is probably the best Trev song I've heard. And I think if Birdcage or whoever had shown up, really anybody, that would have been a top week song. I think that it would have been hard to beat. So shout out Trev, really showcasing the delivery and the flow. Props are due.
Yeah,
I'll give it a 9.
Look at that.
I'll give props, but I'll give a proper review when I vote, so I can listen to the other one as well.
Okay. Let's see. Another track that I wanted to highlight is from a young Mr. YPG. And the only reason that I wanted to highlight this one is because usually he is a, little crunk rapper. Every time we see him in voice chat, he's got his shirt off. He's eating Hungry Man microwave meals in his college dormitory with his roommate, who I don't recall the name of that person, but he's a little wild boy, kind of like our own version of Machine Gun Kelly. But this song that he had for this round was drastically different. And I was kind of like, oh, this is different. And I wanted to highlight. This is called Leave Me Behind, Embers of Love. Young YPG in love, huh? Who would have thought? Look at us. Yeah. Never would have thought that.
Sleep, heard some news on ya. It's hard to just act carefree, look for peace in my mind. I'm a different person, wish that changed at the right time. Need a lifeline, look at bright side. Pushed throughout my life, now it's time to fix mine. I'll live a lie, live to die, I'll go R.I.P. Homies asking if I miss you, only slightly. Now I'm lying, hella indecisive. Do I hate or do I miss you? Keep it out my head so I never press the issue. Can't avoid the conversation, getting closer in the rear view. I was wrong, like to say in hindsight. No one showed me love, so you caught my blind side. Changed my life. Changed my life. Leave me behind.
Is this him singing too?
Yes, ma'am.
Great split that.
Yeah.
I can't keep running away from love. Rejected connections, alone in my pain. Decades I live without giving no trust. I'm lost and there's no one but me to blame. Pushing through, pushing away. Fucking shit, but I'm almost out. By myself, give me some space.
What up, King Flow?
Is the me I erased. In pursuit of you, but it wasn't true. Plenty different sides, like a Rubik's Cube. Show true colors to no other. Now we in the gutter, what I do? It just wasn't true. It just wasn't you.
All right, heard enough. I just wanted to highlight that one because it was different. Like, I didn't expect him to kind of do some harmonies and singing and whatnot. And I felt like this is kind of a
softer YPG.
Yeah, it's a softer version of him. Usually we think of him as a rambunctious wild kid, but I feel like this is kind of a turning point for him musically, and maybe we'll see more of this from him in the future. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Who hurt him?
Hopefully some
Thank
nice
you
young
for
lady.
the inspiration for him to adapt his music, but I'm not going to give full feedback till I listen to the other track.
Yeah, I think this is just another case of women hurt your partners, right? Like that's what we need is more women just devastating.
No, we don't.
Musicians.
But when it happens, at least you can use it. But it doesn't need to happen.
I think all women fuck your partners up. JCC, one of the goats of my poor little heart. Oh, it hurts. My heart hurts. And then next thing you know, he's like crooning the best song in the world. And you're like, yeah, good job. Good for that woman. So just, planting seeds. That's where all my good songs came from.
One of my all-time favorite JCC songs was the first thing that we heard from The World Keeps Going Round and Round. I play that shit like every couple months or something. Even though it's like old 2 years ago JCC, I'll go back on the SoundCloud and be like, oh, let me listen to that JCC track. World keeps going around. And I know he's not anywhere near our review show because he hasn't showed up in a while, but Haza from the UK, he had a song that was fired. I had to yell at him one time because I was like, hey, I went on your SoundCloud, I scrolled through all your songs, and a song I love wasn't there. And he had to put it back just for me to listen to.
Isn't that the worst? Like these underground artists, like no one listens to my shit anyways. They take it off. Like, no.
Yeah, I listen to it. All right. There's a couple
Don't
more.
hurt your partners, though.
Hurt them.
Don't
Break
do
them.
No.
There's a couple more. couple more I wanted to listen to. This first one though is a toss-up. Now we know these people very well. They have been some key figures in our community of recent times. However, I don't want to do both of them. I want to do one of them. It's an either or here. It's either Nick or Brit. And I have different reasons for highlighting their songs. So open it up. Which one would you guys rather me say the reason why I wanted to listen to it? Nick or Brit?
I mean, I want to hear both of your reasons.
Yeah, why don't you give us your reasons and then we'll
all right
decide.
My reasons
Is it worth
for
the Brit nickel?
What the fuck does that mean? The reason I wanted to highlight Brit is because at first when she joined the tournament, I was like, this has to be a click of the button mistake. Let me check and see, is this serious? And she's like, yeah, I'm joining. If you've talked to Brit, you've heard her, but yeah, I'm joining the tournament. Yes, slay. So she's like, she's gung-ho, and she didn't get any help from Nick. She did have some, virtual assistants writing her lyrics, but I was super stoked that she kind of followed through on it and, showed up. She had already warned that the vocal quality wouldn't be the greatest, but that's fine. I think it's cool to see people like try it out, fighting a losing battle and still like give it some energy. So that was the reason that I liked Brit's song. Nick has his own, hands full with the sex god Ray Stans. But however, when I listened to Nick's song, the things that I liked about it was the like honesty in the lyrics. Like if you know about his background, like I felt like the lyrics were super like relatable, and like I liked where he was coming from, even though he hates the song. So those were like things that I liked about both of their tracks, but I didn't want to, look like we're glazing both of them and just play both of them, but I didn't want to play one of them.
So real quick, King Flow, today, Wednesdays, we just do subscribers. So we've been reviewing the subscriber queue, and we actually got through all that queue and are now listening to songs submitted for the tournament. On the left-hand side where it says free submission queue, we do that one on Sunday mornings, usually around 8 a.m. Pacific. So if you want to go ahead and do it on the free feedback Sundays, we can get to you on Sunday morning. If you're like, fuck that, I want somebody to review it now, if you tip or subscribe, we will get to that tonight.
Yeah.
As far as the Brit versus Nick debate, I just got to say I'm super impressed at what it takes for somebody to say, I want to be involved. I love this community. Let's just go for it and fuck it. Like, who cares? It's my first song. Doesn't have to be, like perfect. The fact that she's in there and she's trying and she actually submitted songs, not everyone can say that, right? A lot of people had all sorts of excuses for why they didn't show up. And Brit beats them out 10 out of 10 days, all day, every day. So shout the fuck out, Brit. And of course, Nick Bonin, solid as always.
I like how she's yelling, so you have to play hers.
Yeah, I want to play Brit so we can at least give her some feedback that might help her progress in round 2. So here's Brit. I'm not going to play all of it because she has these long, empty-ass pockets for some stupid reason. But here's her song, I Am Lit.
It's pretty, bitch. I dance through storms inside my mind. Battles raging, yet I find my grind. Chaos whispers tries to take control, but I step to the rhythm, reclaim my soul. Dancing in chaos, I own the night. Turning pain into power, darkness into light. Each move, a statement. Fierce and free, in the eye of the storm, I find me. Thoughts collide, like a thunder's roar. But I've been here, face this war. Scars tell stories of battles won. I rise, I shine like the morning sun.
And then it was empty for a long time, and I don't know why. But that started out like I liked her energy. Like I felt like there's so many people that submit songs to us where they're like super reserved and whispering, or like they're just kind of mumbling through it, and like she just kind of like was excited and she went for it, and I like that aspect, and I think she can build off of that. it wasn't like she was super offbeat. I think it's just the fact that she got some AI generated lyrics and kind of just, yeah, she got AI lyrics and just kind of just said them without making any changes. I think if you go back in and you fine tune your lyrics and actually, you know, make human adjustments to it, you can make your flow a lot better. And I think the quality where it kind of seems like it was cutting in and out was just her being excited and kind of like bouncing around in her chair. I've seen Nikki do that, so like that's just my thought about that. So I think Brit,
I
you know,
love that energy.
I think Brit can make some improvements. Like, no, this isn't the greatest song ever. No, it's not like
shots fired.
Hold on. Shots definitely fired. I would say this to Brit's face. Definitely not the greatest song. Definitely could do a lot of improvement. Like the bass on the beat is like too fucking loud. But I feel like if she like Bird said, if she kind of like listens to the feedback in the community and she like keeps working at it, I think she can make some quality making up a word songs by the end of the league. Like, so we got 6 rounds. I feel like she can. I want to see what round 1 versus round 6 looks like, as long as she stays in it. So shout out to Brit.
Shout out. Yeah, the energy's there.
Yeah. I think that, okay, so you have like this vibe when you get partway through and you kind of start like doing the talking. I want to make sure you're using your metronome. That will definitely help. I see beats as shapes. If shapes interest you, holla at your girl. I'll give you some pointers. But also, I think that you remind me of a couple different like artists that I listen to, like independent artists and stuff, and a couple of different like affirmations type songs. So I definitely can give you some of your like D-Bird's head. What?
Affirmation type songs.
Yeah.
Affirmation type beats.
They're girl songs. They're like girl power songs.
Good
like,
Lord. Please don't bring that into the league.
No, but I think that they could be very helpful. Yeah, I think that I could seriously some artists that might help. But I like that you were laughing through it too, because you have to have fun at it. And like, if you're not having fun, there's no point. So
Bird, any positive positive affirmations you want to give to Brit?
Yeah, I mean, I think I said a lot of how I feel at the beginning. Like, I just love that she's doing it, right? Like, I think the energy's there now, just harnessing, like, okay, how do I make what I'm saying sound good, sound confident? You know, all of those things come with time, right? Harnessing your voice, using it as an instrument versus just reciting things that you wrote down. That's the next step. But that just comes with time. And I'm just a huge fan of Brit throwing her name in the hat and saying, let's go.
Week 2, she's going to transform. I love that.
We'll see. All right. And the last one that I wanted to kind of highlight is probably going to be a surprise. Little unexpected shout out here, but to Mr. Joe Boston. Now, Joe Boston has had some controversial moments in our Discord, controversial moments on our review show. He's kind of, I know the youngins like to say, crashed out on us a few times. He's cussed out D-Bird, he's cussed out me in our inboxes. He's cussed out Nikki and several other people, and he's come back, you know, remorseful. I think he is a human being. He's a human being at the end of the day. At the same time, he's an artist, and you know, Bird and I've known Joe Boston for like 20 years on and off on hip hop forums, and I will definitely be honest and say, like, him getting back into music was a struggle, right? He's been struggling with the flow, struggling with the wording and stuff. So, you know, I was kind of expecting that when I listened to the song, but I was pleasantly surprised, like, oh, this is an upgrade. So I wanted to highlight this and say, hey, if you keep this up, you know, maybe there's something there to keep building on. So I wanted to play Joe Boston's track and give him a shout out. So this is Fancy That. He went up against Catalyst, and I think he stood his own. They had a bit of a squabble about, you know, old versus young, but I'm not getting into all that. I'm not getting into all the bitch. All right, here's Joe Boston. Fancy That.
Yo. This is for the woman all around the globe.
Stop playing hard to get.
Shout out to the Birdcage for
Put 'em up,
mixing it
spit,
also.
Make 'em wet. In the bedroom, play a game of Survivor. One vanilla chick and a chocolate Godiva. Bust them both wide open, I'm the vagina MacGyver. Solo back up, call the health provider. No DMX, draw full of rough riders. Just my lifestyle, feel like a Trojan insider. Bring out the weed and the easy widers. Roll a baseball bat, hit it like Mark McGuire. Bullet holes through your tire. Flee the scene, got a me right hand if you intervene. Emo bitch, listen to Avril Lavigne. Snort cane off her ass, turn into big red machine. Filthy mouth that woman can't even
This
clean.
took a turn.
Greeting everyone with the middle finger like Mr. Bean. She's saying I'm the one like Billie Jean. Dancing to Genuine on live stream. Wonder what she got in those jeans. Something about Mary seen reveal the Franks and beans. Down to mingle if she living single just like Maxine. She's so fancy that
I'm old
ass
enough to
shit
get
when
that.
she walk cute with a baby fat. On my Tom and Jerry shit, the way I'm chasing the cat. On my Tom and Jerry shit, the way I'm chasing the cat. She's so fancy that ass shake when she walk cute with a baby fat. On my Tom and Jerry shit, the way I'm chasing the cat. On my Tom and Jerry shit, way I'm chasing the cat. Got bitches under my arm like Mitchum. Gotta lick 'em before you stick 'em. Late night booty calls, lay there, play the victim. I just want brains along with wisdom. Then beat it up like I beat the system. Back shots in the back of a
Crazy, yo.
Geo Prism. She said for a white boy, got
Geo
the stroke
Prism?
in rhythm. Bitch, never tell me those fruits are forbidden. Far from a virgin, trying
Isn't
to
that
keep
like
it
tea?
hidden. Got the chastity belt with the locker mechanism. Belbin DeVoe on these hoes, I'm Michael Bivins. Pussy for dinner like rice and chicken. Race to the crib, the clocks are ticking. Got the gym hat, ain't here for slim pickings.
Got the gym hat. So yeah, I would've-
Wait. Does it just ride out?
No,
Or-
there's the hook at the end.
So he does just have a section where he's like, I'm not gonna finish.
So fancy that
Yeah,
ass
it comes-
shake
it
when
comes
she
in.
walk cute with a baby fat on my tummy.
Yeah, he ends with the hook. I just wanted to cut it off and give him some props because
Well, there's like 2 lines in there that like just are silent.
yeah,
No?
just leave him silent. Who needs 2 lines, right? Got all
He
those
needs
other
to not
lines.
be like dedicating that to all the women though.
Nah, it's fine, Nikki. Just like we dedicated Sartorius' song to all the women.
Cool.
But in all seriousness, like
romanticized farting. That was like
shout out to
my
Joe
bad.
Boston. Like there's still some lines in here where there's like way too many words, but he kind of like rushed through it and it still kind of worked in a way. But this was actually like, if I had to say this Joe Boston versus every other song he submitted, this is like night and day. This is like an 8 and everything else was like a 2. So shout out to Joe Boston. Hopefully you can keep up this momentum, and props to you, man. I'm glad you crashed out and then rejoined the tournament or the league. So thank you.
Honestly, I'm impressed too. There were some lines that were a little questionable, both wording choice wise and just lyrically. And then like, again, just too many words in some of them, but you're getting it, right? Like he still hit the strong rhyming parts and just like kind of fumbled in between in the middle. So he's doing a lot better, and I'm impressed with the growth.
if I set the actual lyrics aside, like it has an old school vibe to it. He's way more on beat than normal, and it's actually flowable, boppable. But I'll listen to Catalyst and everyone's.
Yeah,
Catalyst
I mean,
was in the diss track we played, right?
yeah, but his track is different for this round.
Oh, okay.
That was a separate track that he did after his round one
Okay.
track. But yeah,
Also gave us great merch. T-shirts coming soon. Vagina MacGyver.
yeah. Oh, speaking of merch, shout out to M Theory. Got my M Theory shirt on.
Oh,
I got some
shit.
M Theory merch.
Them
Shout out to
M's.
my homeboy. All right, but yeah, Ray Stans keeps fucking asking to listen to Nick Bonin sound. Fuck it, fine. We played Ray on Sunday's show anyway. Might as well even out the competition. Here's Nick Bonin's little song. He can't even rap, first of all. Like, I don't know.
You non-rapping ass motherfucker.
I don't know why anybody likes this guy. He doesn't even rap. Here's Time Leaping by Nick Bonin.
No one wants to hear D-Bird.
I ain't felt myself in a while where I'm out of body. All this effort trying to be okay, so exhausting. And I don't really wanna talk, baby, I'm a lie. I'ma tell you that it's okay, I'm alright. I don't really wanna talk much, I'm too high. I don't really wanna stay up, but I'm wide. Don't tell me you know, I can see you though. In your time, we're leaving and mine, we're receding. You're catching the sunrise while I'm barely breathing. In your time, we're leaping in mine. I'm fucking bleeding, I'm stuck in the moment that you keep on leaving. I try to pray, but I'm still fucking crying. Spent so many nights just looking up for guidance. You're moving fast, I'm moving slow, yeah, I'm behind when you try and get me to talk about it, I'm lying. Like how the fuck I'm supposed to speak about the truth when all the darkest shit inside my head has really got me spooked. I mean, if I could trust about anybody, it'd probably be you, but we ain't on the same time, and you're leaving me behind. In your time, we're leaving in mine, we're receding. You're catching the sunrise while I'm barely breathing. In your time, we're leaping in mine. I'm fucking bleeding, I'm stuck in the moment that you keep on leaving on.
Right, that was Nick Bonin's Time Leaping. You know, no raps, so I don't know what y'all want to do with that information. Just singing.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't see a single rap in there.
No raps. Mid. But look, I say that to say jokingly, like I've noticed a couple of people have mentioned like, oh, I thought this was a rap competition. This is white collar rhymes. This is not white collar raps. Yes, there are a lot of hip hop heads on this, but this is not a rap server. This is a music server. All music is welcome. Sing country, bluegrass, whatever. And if you can't beat some pop artist who's singing his heart out about realistic experiences, then you probably suck as a rapper.
Boom. Yeah. I don't know why people thought that would be the flex of like, oh, I thought this was rap. It's like, what? No, it's a song competition. It's a song league. So make a song, make a better song. That's fucking it. Right? For what it's worth, shout out Hot and Ready. Shout out Nick Bonin. I mean, it's no cursed, but it's fucking great.
Right.
I will be back to vote on both of these.
Yeah, shout out Nick. Nikki, anything you wanted to say about this? Or it wasn't good enough because there's no raps? You're on mute.
Sorry. It sounded pretty. I'll vote on it when I listen to the other track.
Yeah. Shout out Ray Stans. Shout out Nick Bonin. Shout out everybody in the chat. But I say that to say this, like I'm super stoked with round one. Shout out to everybody who showed up with their tracks. Unfortunately, a few people did have to drop out for some personal reasons. AWOL's dealing with some work stuff, but I know he would really wanted to compete. Privacy, who I know everybody is like, oh, he's AI, but I've talked to him. He's a cool kid. He wanted to compete, but he's serving our country for you fucks that are hating on him. So he got deployed for the Navy for a couple months, so he won't be able to compete. So yeah, shout out to the folks who couldn't make it but wanted to. We still have 30 some odd participants, and round two is right around the corner. There will be some curveballs. It's not going to be just like pick a topic and jerk off and make a song. So it is a skills competition. This is going to be like me figuring out how can I make people get out of their comfortable box and do things differently to show that you are the best artist. Because a lot of people on here like to talk that they are the best. Prove it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
Show and tell. Prove yourself.
Who knows? Maybe a curveball coming up in second round.
Boo! A curve to your balls.
Y'all make me quit.
No, don't quit. It's fun. If Britt
I
can
went
do
through
it,
hell to record the first week.
Britt can do
I
it.
was like, I shouldn't have signed up for this.
Can
I
we
drove
play
from
D-Bird?
Florida to Michigan.
Why do y'all keep extending the show out? We shortened the show. We split the queue up from subscribers and free to make the show shorter, and you're like, make it longer.
I don't even like my song. Everyone said it was like barely even good enough. If they voted for me, it's barely even good enough to win. So fuck it. That's not making the album. Going right in the trash.
Here's Colors by D-Bird.
Dark times, feeling low. Gonna paint the sky, make them see me glow. Won't die till I reach my goals. Won't die till I reach my goals. Oh no.
I'm not playing every song, right? You're gonna get banned from the chat.
Gonna paint the sky, make them see me glow. Won't die till I reach my goals. Won't die till I reach my goals. Oh no.
This the profile of a different type. A winter's night is nothing, fuck it, a win at life. Freezing temperatures, some attempted to lick the pipe. Now you're stuck in the questioning your character like prison might. And truthfully, the office ain't what it used to be. Recruiters in my DMs who offering opportunities to join a rocket ship unicorn startup to the moon. I'll beam, but 2 or 3 conversations later, I'll fade into a scream. Glass prison, I'm trapped in it. Back when they trade looks didn't match it. The catfish and mad switching up. Dealt with the past, I can't finish till my hits are all over the net, landing like badminton, Hashtag winning, beginner to taste the future. Bad decisions are food for thoughts of a loser. Soon you're hungry and exhausted again when you rip the sutures. My music is full of deep cuts, save your bullets for the wounded. I seen dark times, feeling low. Gonna paint that sky, make them see me glow. Won't die till I reach my goals. Won't die till I reach my goals. Oh no. Dark times, feeling low. Gonna paint that sky, make them see me glow. Won't die till I reach my goals. Won't die till I reach my goals. Oh no. Only wait.
All right. Shout out to D-Bird. Good song. Great song.
Yeah, you get the gist.
Great songs in round 1. Fuck it. I'll play one verse of Cody Nash just so you guys stop fucking asking me. And then that's it. Fuck. God damn.
I had to mention the mozzarella stick. I almost fucking died. Everyone kept on being like, so what did you learn? Like, what did you learn about the afterlife? I was like, fucking nothing. I was embarrassed.
Did you see the light at the end of the tunnel?
No, man. I was like, let me hide while I quietly die in the corner on this bar patio as not to interrupt people's drinks.
All right, here's a little bit of Cody Nash. This is Sunshine's Coming.
You are now tuned in to the sweet sounds of White Collar Rhyme.
Anybody else in the chat with their fucking song played? Let me know.
Yeah. And we just want you to know, baby, that the sunshine's coming. Oh, yes, it is.
Hey, girl, I know it's been a hard night. We've seen enough scars. I ain't giving you a hard time. We just getting in the car. Cali dreaming on a long drive. Feel your energy from Mars. We're just trying to see the sunrise. Couldn't kick it anymore. Nah, we're drunks and punks. We up just chasing sunshine. Won't run amok. My love won't come with ways to mess up your life. I'll take a mountain to the top because you got enough molehills. We just trying to spread the love. Yeah, he a card on the whole deal. I can see the sunshine, sunshine's coming. Here it comes. I notice when it rise up, she just got her eyes on how she wanna love me. I can see the sunshine's coming. Here it comes. No, I'm not a vampire. This will be the last time I'ma feel it touch me. Let it touch. Feel us hanging on her heart.
All right. That was Cody Nash, Sunshine's Coming. We heard D-Bird, we heard Nick Bonin, we heard Britt, we heard Joe Boston. We heard a few people. So shout out to everybody. There's also some other super great matchups. JCC versus Rogue Jepsen was really interesting. King Zig versus Nikki, actually super interesting as well.
Jacob's working on a mix for mine for actual release.
Lil Swiss versus Casanova, also a great track. Mason, who was up against D-Bird, also had a dope track. Tysky had a pretty good track too. So I say that to say, yeah, we got some great songs. Community born. I didn't promote this outside of the Discord, so everybody who joined it was just saw it posted there, or they saw it on the review show. So shout out to y'all for making the community what it is. We're about to get out of here. We'll be back Sunday for the free queue. Any last announcements?
They're about to play Little Caesar's Anthem in the Ghost House if you want to rate them.
Oh, okay, I'll get that queued up. Ray, I'm not playing any unreleased music from me because why? It is the summer of Dice. I'm cleaning out my coffins. I am releasing Ray and My Project is coming out in a week on the 25th. After that, every week I'm releasing a song up until I drop my songs that I have with Passive. Then I'm releasing a week worth of songs, and then I'm releasing my album, and then maybe possibly Orange Paint 2 will be done. I don't know. Depends on Jacob. Depends on what me and Jacob do. So I'm cleaning out my hard drive. I'm not releasing anything unreleased. It's all just coming out. All right. Let's get ready to raid the Ghost House. Anything else anybody want to tell the world?
Have a good week. I love y'all.
No. Something better than that.
Whatever. That's a great thing.
All right.
Good luck, everyone.
We're gonna raid the Ghost House. He's about to listen to D-Bird. Shout out to Rich over in Denver, Colorado. Y'all tune in on Sunday when we listen to the free queue, and see y'all on the flip side. Adios.
Long